Oh, you're fine. Why is it not? There we go. There we go. Good job, computer.
Not a picture unless you draw on the wrong layer.
It's not an art stream unless you draw on the wrong layer. Multiple times. Alright. Put that out of my way. I hit go live while you're not doing it. There we go. It
Oh, you already opened.
It popped up again. It popped up for some reason.
I'm gonna offer you. But you already opened it.
D&D.
It's incredible how that is $11, the other one's $15.
I don't get it. That seems like more work.
Yeah, it is.
So he ordered a pizza. And it's one of those, it's not one of the stuffed crusts, it's like the stuffed crust, but it's like the little cheesy bites that you can pull off. It's cheaper than the regular stuffed crust. Because logic. There's more work. Yep, hi chat. Alright, okay, I'm ready. Okay. I've posted the link in the proper place. It's not an AA meeting. Sorry, chat. Alright.
Barrel-topped wagons are parked at odd angles. Tied to a nearby tree, grazing are half a dozen draft horses wearing bright coats with bangles and tassels.
Ooh.
So apparently the chat wasn't hearing you guys because my audio got turned off. Sorry, chat. They're going on an adventure.
We're going on an adventure. And I just realized if we move our tokens, it changes the light.
Yes.
I just see
Did not-
darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, that's because you don't have a character here, token here, so let me...
No, I know, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm just being smart.
Okay.
Hey, me you. Sorry, saying hi to chat.
Okay, so what you guys gonna do?
Fox, carrying his halberd casually on his shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
just starts to walk straight in towards the middle of the camp.
Mm-hmm.
And Quaylen will follow suit to exposing his right side, which but keeping his left side under his cloak.
Okay.
Sherry's just gonna kind of hold back and hang out by the trees.
Mhm.
Just kind of like, I don't know who these people are. They look a little suspicious. Just gonna hang back.
There be weird people. Here is tree.
Mhm.
I like tree, so I'll be here.
Exactly. Maybe have a little conversation with the tree too.
It rustles back at you.
I give it a hug.
How
And
are you
Anya-
sure that little rustle isn't it giving you the middle finger?
I just know.
Myth, what are you doing?
Anya will approach with the rest of the group.
Okay. When you approach, there's an old man sitting behind the fire, and he waves you over, says, come, join us. Join us.
Is that the ancient
Yes.
looking dude?
Yep, that's that dude.
Okay. Fox approaches but stands on the opposite side of the fire.
Okay. He says, please have a seat and join us. Enjoy our hospitality. My name is Stanimir, and these are my children. He points to the guy next to him, Raka, and my daughter, Damia. It's a pleasure to meet you.
What did you say his name was again?
His name is Stanimir, Stanimir.
Hail, Stanimir. My name is Fox, and I'm sure you might already guess why we're here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have an idea, but why don't you tell me?
Apparently, according to the reports received back in the city, you and your fellow travelers have been accosting people and demanding reparations in either food or money.
He laughs a little bit and he says, well, accosting is a rather forthright word. I wouldn't say we're doing that. We just, we're just enjoying ourselves, and sometimes we invite some people to enjoy with us. But don't worry, we have no wish to make enemies of this town or these or the leaders of it. But you want us to leave, I assume, then.
The Duchess would like that. However, I would offer a slight compromise. If you intend on merely spreading revelries, as you currently are, and not actually engaging in banditry, then I see no reason why you could not take up a post in a clearing further down the road.
Do not worry. I appreciate your offer, and it's a good one. And we will leave in the morning, but first, sit down, and I have a story to tell you.
I will stand, but I will hear your story.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd like to do an insight check on him to see if he's
I
being
was
genuine or not.
about to say the same.
Absolutely, give me insight rolls.
Damn it.
Oh, bad rolls all around. The trees are whispering things to Sherry.
She speaks through the trees, even though I'm the druid.
As far as Fox and Quaylen are concerned, he is absolutely being truthful about it. Sherry, he seems to be telling the truth, but you're still a little wary of him.
Still
And then Stanimir says, "Please invite your friends closer. We mean no one any harm."
Fox shrugs his shoulders and simply says that the friends you speak of, they are not my friends. They are accomplices in this act of removing you from here per the Duchess. However, I do not know them well, and if you want to deal with somebody, you can deal with me.
Well, I merely was going to tell you a story, and it would be a shame if they are too far away to hear it.
In other words, OOC, get close to the fire so we can be teleported away from here.
I didn't say that, but yeah.
What? No, not at all.
All right, Fox turns towards Sherry and the back area and just gestures for them to come on in.
So you said that he seems a little suspicious.
Yeah, you're a little concerned. Yeah, about him. A little bit suspicious. Not super suspicious, not like he's going to betray you right at any second, but just that, he's got other ulterior motives is what you feel like.
I'm gonna go. I'll go a little closer there.
Real quick,
I'm just gonna stay back a little bit because
Okay.
As Sherry and Glacier are approaching, Fox is going to kind of lean closer to him and with his halberd shaft on the ground, kind of supporting his weight. So I am curious about a quick story you could tell. What exactly did you do to the guards that were dispatched here in the first place?
Oh, well, that's a story I could tell you. And the simple story is we plied them with some of our wine. It's some of the finest wine around. And they seemed to enjoy it, and they left a little less grumpy than they came here with. But I
Yeah, that sounds about like the stuff they would do.
He says, "Now I have this story to tell to you, because you may think that we were here merely to harass things, but on the other hand, we were here waiting for you." He fills his mouth with wine and then spits it into the fire. The flames turn from orange to green. As they dance and sway, a dark shape appears in the bonfire's core. And
Can I perceive?
if you want to.
Perception.
Quaylen, basically, the horses are grazing and eating, and everybody else is paying attention or to the story or drinking. So they don't, and you would say that a number of the people around are drunk. So nothing aggressive is going around you. As they dance and sway, a dark shape appears in the bonfire's core. We come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten. A land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes. Now we wander the lost roads. The dark shape of the fire takes the form of a man being knocked from his horse, a spear piercing his side. Stanimir continues. One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who his was, he wouldn't say. All he wanted was to return home, but we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back to his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was a prince, yet we didn't give him up, even when the assassins fell upon us like wolves. Deep in the bonfire, you see the dark figure standing with a sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. This man of royal blood fought to protect us. As we protected him, we bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish. Leave when you choose. And know that you will always be safe here. The figure in the dancing fire vanquishes its final foe, then disperses in a cloud of smoke and embers. Stanimir's face becomes a somber mask. A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain. We've traveled far and wide to find heroes, such as yourselves, to end our dreadlord's curse and put his troubled soul to rest. Our leader, Madame Eva, knows all. Will you return with us and speak to her?
Unfortunately, our job here is not to solve your troubles, but to clear Duchy's command.
Fox glances at Quaylen, then looks back at the old man. Again, I think things are best met in the middle sometimes. How about you tell me where you all are going to be headed after we have concluded our business here and you've moved on. Therefore, the Duchess is happy. And that frees me from my responsibility towards her. We could then rendezvous, and I could lend my assistance to your cause at that point.
We are traveling home, back to our dead lord's land, and it is not a place that one could find on their own.
Surely you're going to be on the road, though, no?
Some roads are lost, and only those who travel know how to find them. We will be leaving in the morning regardless, regardless of whether you accept our offer or not. But the reason we've been waiting here is we've been looking for some heroes who might help us. And the others who have come from the area, they did not seem like the types. But you, the four of you, you do, which is why we ask your assistance.
Right. Quaylen, how about this? Any way you have to dispatch word back to the Duchess of the conclusion of this mission and that the travelers will be moving on by morning?
I do have a few ways to send notice.
Right. Well, I guess get on that, and
I don't feel this is the best course of action, though.
I can only speak as a paladin, and that there are people in need of my particular services. With that in mind, I will lend them my services, but obviously we are hired currently with the Duchess, therefore our obligation is to inform her of their intention to move out in the morning. He turns back to the old man and just gives him a hard glare. Should you fail to do so, then be aware that she will come down hard on you all.
Who need or desire to make enemies of the Duchess.
Fox nods in acknowledgement, looks back at Quaylen.
Sherry looks at
Quaylen looks at the leader.
was
If
gonna
you
say,
can confirm that your band will leave before the light of first sun,
I'm hearing you. Oh, first son, yes. Leaving right at dawn. It's dangerous to travel the woods at night, don't you know?
and I mean before first sun, not at first sun.
Before the sun rises. Yes. Especially if you will accompany us, we'll live.
Fine.
his,
Now send word that the
his,
deed was done.
Very
his
good.
name's Stanimir, right? Dup, dup. Hello?
Derek.
Hello?
Breaking up.
Hello.
All right, let me try to reconnect. Okay.
Okay.
I got that name right, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I was having trouble hearing you too. So go back and what were you saying, Quaylen?
He was basically saying that they can confirm they will leave before before sunrise,
Mm-hmm.
and at confirmation, which actually I'm gonna do a insight check on that.
Uh-huh. What he says in response is that if you will accompany him, he will leave whenever you wish. And he's saying he is telling the truth as far as you can see. So you're pretty confident of that.
Sherry looks at the leader and is like, "There's something that there's something. Seem like you're hiding something a little bit, at least from what I could tell earlier. What are you doing? What is it that you don't want us to know?"
The task I ask of you is not a simple one. But Madame Eva, our leader, she has the answers you seek, which is why I wish to bring you to her.
Fine. I'll be back. I need to send message off and collect a few things.
Take your time. We have no desire to hold you here.
Don't. And there went the gnome.
Away goes the gnome.
Mm-hmm. Bye, gnome.
Well, while Gwylin is gonna do that, Sherry's gonna go play with the horses.
Okay. So the Vistani, which is what they're called, they are very suspicious of you touching their horses. Like they are very important to them. So you get a lot of them watching you cautiously while you're doing that.
That's fair. Sherry would be suspicious of people if they were doing that and if they were messing with the animals in her forest.
Mm-hmm.
So
They offer you wine if the other rest of you would like some.
Sherry will pass on the wine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fox is going to very, very tentatively sip it.
It's good wine. It's good wine. It's not the best you've ever had, but it's solid. Solid wine.
He's keeping himself alert. It's just enough to taste it.
Yeah. They seem pleased that you took their offer of hospitality. So, when you decline it, the Vistana who offered it to you laughs and she says, "I don't know if we have enough to properly wet the whistle of a giant. Regardless,
It's okay. I only drink water.
so as you wish." But not in the Princess Bride sort of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darn.
Okay, there's no shipping the first session. You have to wait at least till the second session to start shipping.
Damn.
Hey, look, I called dibs on Casimir.
Yeah. Okay, Anya, are you going to have any wine?
Oh, pretty much the same as Fox. Just
Okay.
not enough to get drunk, but enough to seem polite at least.
Shut up.
All right.
Or-
Bark. Bork. Bork. Bork.
Bork and a bork, bork, bork.
So the rest of the evening passes until Quaylen comes back. Okay. I got a whisper here. Yes, I got your message, Quaylen, and I'm nodding in agreement and understanding. So as you guys are saying, they seem to have themselves a very good time. They play a lot of music. They dance. They sing. They eat. They drink. They drink. They drink. Then they drink some more, and then they drink. And they pass the night that way.
The dance and sing and fight until the early morning. So pick up and then go drinking once again.
What up?
Sorry, I had to.
That's okay. You can do that.
Best
All right. So are the rest of you guys going to stay here the night then? To make sure that they follow in their promise?
Sure.
Okay.
At least I
Yeah,
am.
might as
I don't know
well.
about the other.
Okay. So as promised, they are prepared to leave in the morning before dawn, just as they promised. They pack themselves up. They tie their horses to the wagons, and they wave you to come with. And assuming you do, you start down the road. You travel probably about 20 miles down the road. Go ahead. Someone is going to ask a question or say something?
I'm gonna grab a drink real quick if it's gonna be
Okay.
a minute before they get to me.
That's fine. You travel down the road. It's, like about 20 miles, so a good day's travel. And at that point, they turn off the road into a small trail that maybe once was a road, but is very hard to see and easy to miss, and start heading that way towards the woods. You guys, they go into the woods, and you guys make camp for the night, and in just this exact same circular thing. It looks exactly the same. It's really weird.
Is
And
that
then
the same tree that you were talking to?
Hand back.
Okay. I also have a handout of Stanimir's kids that I will give you too.
Chitlins. That song's in my head. Random things.
You're welcome.
Da, 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 da.
Now
Da, da, da,
everybody's
da, da,
dead. So till our tears.
Drink, and that's the trick small.
Okay. The next day dawns. Did you guys have any questions about it while you're traveling? If you've got anything to ask them.
I do.
Foxes.
Mhm.
Good.
If you, as you were saying, just merely reveling, then would you care to explain the reports that we've had that would indicate you are doing something more foul?
There's a little bit of chuckling between them. And Santamir says that he admits that they may have been attempting to get the attention of prospective heroes. But normally there are people who travel; they have no home, and that where they're returning to is a place that they camp often. But they are travelers by nature.
Fair.
All right. Anyone else have any questions?
Fox didn't really engage in conversation while they were walking. He's just kind of been observing and trying to glean information from overhearing conversations, that sort of thing.
When they talk to each other, they talk to in another language that you don't understand. And when you do rest, though, they are very what's the word? Generous with wine if people want it, and with food. They cook up some food. It's really tasty if you want some. And you definitely get the impression that they know how to live on the road. You see in the inside of their wagons sometimes. Obviously, these people's entire possessions are inside these wagons. So it's like they live there, which they do.
All right. At the second camp, one other thing Fox is going to do is break out his bagpipes and join them in their music.
They're thrilled about that. They love it. Yes. You don't need to roll a tool check for me. So, but yes, they are very excited. They're playing their instruments and are happy to have somebody join them. They definitely get the impression that they kind of are carefree people who really enjoy enjoying themselves. So, all right. The next morning dawns. It's a little. The weather's been good so far, but now in the morning there's kind of a fog hanging on the ground, and it's a little chilly. You enter a forest. Unfortunately, not Sherry's forest. So, which would make it a really quick adventure for her.
She looks around and just is like, "Oh, this isn't it."
And
just looks a little disappointed.
Yeah. You travel down. The road improves a little bit. Obviously, it's a road that. Oops. Sorry. It's a road that again has been neglected for a while, but at one time appears it was some sort of major throughway. It's cloudy. It occasionally drizzles, and you are traveling down the road when we come to another map.
Map, it's a map, it's a map, it's a map.
I'm a map,
Question.
I'm a map.
Yes.
With given Hoyland's role
Mhm.
in the duchy,
Mhm.
you probably have read the maps across the duchy and nearby courts.
Yes.
Can he remember or recognize if he knows of any roads that there is a road written down about this or not?
No. There are no roads that match this on any of the maps you've been on. The forest, however, is there, about where you would expect it to be.
We're
but
going down some lesser seen roads, I see.
And one of the Vistani says to you, "Yes, it's that is one of the things we do is travel down roads that others have forgotten." All right. So you travel. It's probably about noonish this day. And hey, Nadine, do you hear, as we left off with, the sounds of hoofbeats down the road, coming down the road?
I am going to not step directly out into the road yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna look and see what I can see how many people or horses or whatever it might be.
Sure. There are, in fact, 6 horses and a number of people, which I have to count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Would she
12,
even
13,
be able
14.
to see the gnome behind one of the horses?
Probably not. No.
So do they? My question is, do they seem as hostile as the forest did this morning when I started?
No. No. They seem like travelers.
Okay.
Um.
I'm gonna step out into the road a bit.
Okay.
Turn myself so I can see. Oh, it doesn't work that way, does it? It just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you not used to? You guys don't use dynamic lighting usually.
I don't know how to work it, so no.
Oh, okay. No, the reason that it's not everything is because there are trees blocking the view. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. She kind of steps out into the road and just kind of looks at them a little bit.
Okay. So when they see you, the wagons stop. Other PCs, you can be somewhere else besides where I put you if you want to be. If you want to have seen also what they're stopping for, if you want to be forward or not. Completely up to you.
I'm fine where I'm at.
Okay.
I feel like there's about to be a bonding moment between Nadine and Sherry. I'm lost. Can you help me find my way?
So the caravan stops, and 2 people walk up ahead to get a look at you. They are obviously cautious and have their weapons at the ready.
Yeah, I've got my hand on my mace, like not pulling it. It's not coming out, but my hand is on it, and Arlo's next to me.
Yeah, so they do the same, basically the same thing. They have scimitars, and their hands are on those. Fox, you would notice this, by the way, in the traveling. Basically, generally their weapons, they have scimitars and crossbows are their weapons, and they wear leather armor. Just FYI. All right, and these 2 step out in front, and they say, "Who goes there?"
Just a lost traveler. Can you tell me where we are?
We are on the road, traveling.
More specifically, what country am I in?
This is a country that is no country, but we are traveling to Barovia.
She looks at Arlo. She goes, "All right, well then I am right well lost then. Do you know where a place called?" And she kind of pulls out her little notes. Darkon might be.
They look between each other, and then they look to you, and then they look between each other, and they look back, and thank you, Anya. And they say, "We've heard of it. It is this way as well. Would you like to join us?"
So you can point me the way. Yes, if you wouldn't mind, I have someone I need to find. And I got quite lost. The forest does not seem to care for strangers very much, so I needed to find the road, and I found it, and I found you. So I need to, yes, please.
Can I hear her from being all the way that far back, or?
Sure. There's not any reason that we need to not.
Okay.
Say. I mean, there's noises and stuff, but you can absolutely hear what she says. So. And so they put their weapons away, and they move back, and they say, "You can walk with us. There's safety in numbers in the forest."
Thank you. And she said, "Come on, Arlo." And she pet the cat and comes. She's got a little lynx with her. He's just quiet and not trusting anybody. He's just kind of looking around. He's not had a great last few days. So yeah, she come over. Alright, let's just eyeing the horses, like.
Yeah. Horses are very well mannered. So, and they seem like normal horses.
They don't seem like shady, like scary forest horses.
No, they look like gypsy vanners.
Scary forest horses. I don't even know. It would be a little kelpie. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's got leather armor on. There's a druid staff across her back. She's got a scimitar on one side and then the mace on her other hip.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing else notable because things happen.
Okay. The caravan starts back up again, like they don't even care to know her name. But the rest of you could talk to her if you want to, as you continue to travel.
So you're lost too?
Well, yes and no. I walked into the forest, I woke up, it was a different forest. I'm still trying to figure out how that happened. No, I do not drink.
I wasn't gonna ask that, but I was wondering if you know where my forest is.
Are you lost in your own forest too?
I can't find it,
Maybe we
and I'm
can.
confused.
In fairness, trees do often look the same.
No, they don't. The trees look very different. All of them are different. They're like people. Not one, two tree is the same.
Exactly.
She's like, looks indignant at the fact that he said they look the same.
Fox knocks the bark of a tree with his halberd.
Sherry
Just
looks
to
a
prove.
little irritated by you doing that.
Nadine just shoots
He just
daggers.
looks at them and shrugs. If they were people, they'd hit me.
Can I? I don't have that spell.
Nobody has it.
I was gonna make the tree sentient for a moment and smack him. I don't even know what that.
Really, we've known her for all of 5 minutes, and you're already trying to push buttons.
No, I'm not saying they're not living, just they're not people.
Trees are people too. They have thoughts, they have feelings, you just can't hear them because you don't speak the language. I speak for the trees.
Sherry goes up to the tree that Fox hit and is like, it's okay. I believe in you.
I look at
Which, funny enough, furbolgs actually do have an ability to communicate in a limited manner with beasts and plants.
I think I do, because I'm a druid, right?
No.
No?
No.
I think I speak for the trees.
You have to cast.
Spell.
Yeah, you need to cast.
You think you speak for the trees, and I do speak for the trees.
The paladin doesn't need to know that I don't actually speak for the trees.
So they're druids and druidic, but not the trees.
Alright, yeah, no, she kind of just glares daggers at Fox for just wantonly smacking bark off a tree with his weapon. He automatically gets a notch on her bad docket for now.
If you find yourself at home with the trees, you'd find yourself lost where I'm from. Much rather the company of trees.
I'm from the mountains. We have a lot of trees and snow and caves. Lots of different terrain, but I prefer the trees.
What? Just real quick, Nadine is wielding a bow, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's got a mace, she's got a scimitar, and a staff.
It's Sherry that has the bow.
Okay, I thought they both did. All right.
Yeah.
Just me.
Worried
And
about
I
the
have a
trees
bow
that
too.
are wielding their flesh as though it's nothing.
The trees gave us these weapons.
Oh.
But yes, no, I'm from the mountains. I'm looking for someone in Darkon for the woman I spoke to, so I need to find it. I was close, I thought, and then I walked into the trees and made camp and woke up, and I was in a not so friendly forest. So, yes.
Well,
Here,
at least
Glacier,
you know yourself. At least you know yourself better. Not even sure why I'm tagging along with these vagabonds.
You just love my company so much. But here's a question for you. Given that these two ladies apparently can't do any tracking or wayfinding, how about you, Quaylen? Are you good at that, Glacier?
What makes you think I can't track?
Tracking has nothing to
Because you
do.
get lost.
Tracking has nothing to do with it when the forest intentionally misleads you.
And then you're mad about me hitting a tree.
I am mad about you hitting the tree. Regardless of what the tree did, the tree does not deserve to be hit. The tree didn't do anything.
I'll remember that when you next hit
What if
something
that
that's
tree
fighting
dropped
me.
its branch on someone?
Could have been the weather. It could have been anything. It doesn't necessarily mean the tree dropped its own branch. They're not. She's just gonna turn. She's just gonna turn and look at the Vistani. She's like, "Are we going to start moving soon?"
They already started moving.
Okay, she's just gonna.
I figured we were walking.
This
in
is
a
just
row.
while
Yeah.
we're walking.
Okay.
Yeah, this is while you're walking. So
She's like, "I'm on a deadline. Let's go."
Sherry kind of looks down and just kind of mumbles, "I was able to track those bandits."
As for your question, Fop, I could track a few things down. No, but my form of tracking would not be helpful here.
Well, here's a question for you. Which way is north?
Oh, I don't bloody know that.
What do I have to roll to
People,
figure
you
that out?
dumbass.
that would be a survival roll.
Survival. Okay.
So I was gonna go with Romanian for Nadine, but then it turned British, so I just rolled with it.
Okay. Yeah, so Sherry, Anya's a little confused, but Sherry knows that north is to the top of this map. You guys are headed west.
We're going west. Ha! See, I can track.
Good. Which way is your forest then?
Oh. I don't know.
You do not seem to be a very nice man, Mr. Paladin.
Really now?
Sorry, I just trying to prepare you a little bit mentally. If we're heading into something that could be pretty bad, if you can't take a little gentle teasing now and then you're not going to be able to survive what we go into.
I believe that I've survived plenty of things to be able to go into whatever it is that you people are going into. And she just turns around and keeps going.
Okay.
She's not going to say anything.
Okay.
Sherry's gonna bug Nadine for information about the scary forest. She's just kind of scary forest? That sounds interesting and odd. You tell.
Don't wander into the forest too deeply, as it's hostile.
What?
Something is wrong with it. I don't know how to explain it, but something is wrong with it.
Who threatened it? Who scared the forest?
I think that it is sick more than
Oh
scared.
no! Then I'm just gonna say we'll probably talk about that for a little bit.
Probably.
Okay.
Just off screen.
Yeah.
Quaylen's gonna break off and move over closer to Anya.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't very talkative earlier. What entices you to come along with this band?
Nobody should have to live with a curse.
Sorry, Myth, could you repeat that? I didn't quite catch that.
Sorry, kind of talking into my hands. I mean, nobody should have to live with a curse. Kind of unfortunate. Even if it isn't his own doing, maybe. To try to find some way to remove it, right?
I don't know. It's more something you'd talk to a cleric about, though. Cleric or a priest.
Yeah, that's what I am. So, makes sense for me to go then.
Glacier just handed Quaylen the sign that says, "Here's your sign. I'm a cleric."
Here's
Yeah,
your sign.
yeah. As if the amulet of the Ankh on her neck and on her shield was not enough to tell you.
He doesn't know religion very well. He's in
Uh,
politics.
Fair enough. He is a politician, not a religious boy.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I missed that.
Okay. Not to interrupt you role playing. If you want to keep role playing, I'm not going to stop you. But I've got the next scene, if you'd like.
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
you can move on.
All right. As you travel down the road, black pools of water stand like dark mirrors in and about the muddy roadway. The ground still remains covered with fog, and it rains intermittently. Giant trees loom on both sides of the road, their branches clawing at the mist. After about 2.5 hours after you met Nadine, Derek has to get to his handout. Sorry. Okay. The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only with silence.
This doesn't seem to belong to any court I know nearby.
Quite impressive, though, isn't it?
Sherry's eyes just widen.
Does this stir any sort of like memory or feeling in the Dean?
No,
Okay.
not anything you've seen or heard of before.
Okay.
None of you. So, as you ride close, the Vistani seem not at all to care. They just ignore the thing. And as you get closer and the lead horse gets closer, the gates open by themselves, and with a creaking noise, open up to let you in.
No, left. I should not have left the court.
Oh, jeez, this is a big map.
Yes, it is a big map.
Friggin' huge.
That
And apparently
look-
we're also in hexes.
yes,
Never done hexes before.
It's interesting.
they're fun.
The main map for Barovia is hexes.
Uh-huh.
1 mile? Ooh.
Yeah. All right. You guys can see where you are, right? So, do you guys see the rest of the map, or
No,
no?
it's just-
Nope,
Did you
just
Okay, good.
small, tiny section.
All right. I just making sure I remembered how I was doing it right. But yeah, each hex is a quarter mile. You guys continue past the gates, and as the last one of you passes through in the last wagon, the gates close behind you. The Vistani seem unconcerned.
That seemed ominous.
Sherry is concerned.
Waylon is concerned.
Nadine is just like, you know what? I don't even know.
Fox is just impressed.
Nadine's not questioning it.
Excuse me?
Yes.
You mentioned Barovia.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure where that is. It's not to my recollection on any map I've read.
So one of the Vistani says, it is a hidden land, and Madame Eva will have the answers you seek. I'm just chock full of handouts today, by the way.
Oh,
My favorite, as we have learned before, is the Captain Hook looking. I love him.
All right. You continue traveling down the road. It turns a little bit south. The woods with towering trees, and the tops are lost in a heavy gray mist. They block out all but a death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to each other, and the woods have a silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. Nadine, these trees look like the evil trees or the evil forest, though you don't get the same feeling from it right now.
Okay.
This is obviously the same kind of forest. So
It's a
I just look at the trees like they're shifty and that they're gonna try something at any moment.
Its official title is Less Evil Than the Evil Forest.
yes, less evil than the evil forest.
Sherry kind of just waves at the forest a little bit. Hi.
Is Arlo unsettled at all?
He's about the same as you've been since
Okay.
you got on the road. Since you got to the road and met the Vistani, so he hasn't really. This doesn't seem to make it better or worse.
Okay. He's still kind of like iffy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Fox, real quick, are we still kind of in a misty sort of environment?
Yeah, it's pretty foggy here.
Okay, Fox just asks, as they're walking along, whether or not music is permissible in such a land.
He says music is permissible, but not always wise. We generally wait till we make camp and are safe for sure.
I see there's some terrors that might strike down on you. Bringing attention to yourself.
Yeah, they're the dangers of the woods.
The animals told me not to trust the wolves.
And one of the Vistani nods when she says that.
Very well. I'll hold off on the marching tune for now.
Question, DM.
Yes,
When we get to Barovia, we're talking to whom?
Madame Eva.
Okay.
All right,
What kind of
go ahead.
what kind of land does Madame Eva run?
They laugh and they say, no, she does not run any land. She is merely the eldest and wisest amongst us.
Then, pray tell, who is the ruler of the land?
They say, Madame Eva will have the answers that you seek.
Well, going to have a lot of questions.
Okay. All right, you guys continue down the road, and the caravan travels through a small town or village that is, shall we say, it's fairly empty. And there are a few people. In fact, you don't see anybody out on the streets. And it's very quiet.
guess Sherry will try to see if there's any signs where these people might have gone. So that'd be perception.
Sure. There's not really particularly looks like people have gone in a particular direction. What you do notice that there are probably about a third of the houses do have smoke coming out of their chimneys, which probably means people are inside of them. It's just that most of the houses they're rather run down, and a lot of them appear to be abandoned.
Okay, so there are people there. There's just not a lot.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
But there's just really not anybody on the street right now.
Are there any form of animals wandering around? Farm animals or just your occasional cat and rat?
It would be the latter, your occasional cat and rat. There's not really it's not like farm animals that are lost and wandering around. So the Vistana just continue to go through the village without any concern. Right.
Just continuing silent observation.
Mm-hmm. All right. The road turns south, and you cross a river. A river that flows as clear as a blue winter sky. The bridge you cross is stone. It's obviously well made. However, it looks like it's been not well maintained. But it's solid enough to walk over. So.
Sherry will kind of just look at the river for a little bit.
Mhm.
It's pretty.
Looks like a very clean and very pristine river.
Does it look like a mountain river?
Yes.
Okay. And Nadine's like, my home.
There are, in fact, you can see barely in the distance where, through the fog and mist, that there are mountains both to the north and to the southwest. So.
We're in a valley, okay. Nadine
Your
looks
home?
and sees no that she was thinking that in her head.
Oh.
All right. The road goes back into the forest and makes a turn. Again, the forest hangs over you, really close to the road. Obviously, nobody has cleared off the sides for quite some time.
Sherry looks behind her. Glacier, where are you?
I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping up because I've been fighting my computer and it doesn't work. Give me a
That's
moment.
fine.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
My
move your
drivers are
token?
all- Yeah, if you would. My Wi-Fi drivers are all fucked. I gotta fix it later.
No problems.
Oh, there you are, Glacier.
Hawk, it may or may not surprise you to know that you are not the first bagpipe playing character that I have run through Crystal Strahd.
How many gnomes, though?
You are the second gnome, so.
How
I'm sure a
many
fair
of
amount of
these?
tieflings.
All right. I've never run a Furbolg though, so.
Yay!
Clearly needs to be more gnome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What about a goblin samurai fighter?
Okay. The road passes relatively near the river again, and then slightly to the south, and you come to a crossroads. An old wooden gallows creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia Village to the east, Sayre Pool to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valaki to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in the fog.
Well, this place is quite upright cheery.
One of the Vistani says, sometimes you have to make the joy yourself. Or drink a lot of wine.
Clearly, we know what these people do.
All right, so they follow the trail to the northwest. All right. And
I swear, I've seen courts declare war with more cheer than this place.
About as dreary as my home for now, so it's not that different for me.
all right. I should do this too. The road gradually disappears and replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There is a clearing here, next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons, like the ones you are walking next to. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, a number of unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of a concertina clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge. By the way, I'm not going to bring the tokens of your companions onto maps unless you need them, unless you ask me for them.
No,
Or you can drag them up there. So
it's just safe to assume that Arlo's glued to her side right now.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my.
okay.
And for 7, he will be just sitting inside Quaylen's cloak.
Okay. All right, so you arrive here. The Vistani part their wagons. They all get out, let the horses run, and everybody greets each other. You know, the dozen or so here greet Stanimir and his group like friends, like old friends and family. And Stanimir sits down next to the fire, which seems to be like his favorite place. And he says, welcome to our camp. Thank you for coming. If you wish to see Madame Eva, she is in that large tent. If you wish to hear another story first, I'd be happy to tell that as well.
I suppose I can listen to your secondary story.
I think I'd rather go and talk to Madame Eva.
Nadine just wanders over to the big tent. She's like, I don't know what these stories these people were telling us, but I've got a mission to do. I need to go.
All right. Oh, there it is.
So everyone leaves it, and then you just have Fox, who's crouching next to the fire. They're like, "Yes, tell me a story,
Do
Father."
tell.
Okay, so he tells this story. A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. I am reminded because I've returned to this spot. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of this land against its oppressor. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the devil appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the devil cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of the castle to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside. The great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck him, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil fell upon him, the wizard's magic could not save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for the wizard's body to see if, he had anything of value. But the river Iblis had already spirited him away.
Interesting.
Now go speak to Madame Eva.
All right.
Okay.
Gwylin will enter the tent first.
Okay. Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent. He isn't, Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seemed to flash from a crystal ball and table as the hunched figure peers into its depths.
Madame Eva, I presume.
She looks up. Oh, poopy pops. Yeah, put it here.
That's what she said?
No, that's what the DM said.
Just sees the gnome and goes, "Oh, poopy pops."
Not you again.
No, I thought I made a handout with her picture, but I'll show it to you later. I forgot.
It's the other game.
And I thought I did. I actually made one, but I forgot to upload it. So it's on my other computer. So okay. She looks up and she says, "Ha ha ha!" Laughs, her crackles, her voice crackling like Jarvis. At last, you have all arrived. Crackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her.
Sherry jumps from that.
Yeah. Sit, please. Her hand moves in a sweeping gesture. The fates have seen it. To bring you all to me. Yes, Quaylen from the court of Duchess Morwen, Fox the brave paladin, Nadine the lost princess, Anya the
Sorry, the crystal ball's getting a little hazy here. Just let me check.
I was trying to think of something to say about her. Anya, some who call her Glacier, and the lost giantess. Yes, you have all finally arrived. I have foreseen your coming. She sets the crystal ball aside and brings out an ornately carved small wooden box. She carefully opens the box with her gnarled hands and brings out a time-worn and well-used set of cards wrapped in silk. The Taroka.
Oh no, it's a deck of many things.
No.
Oh god.
The Taroka has the gift of prophecy, you see, and you have been led into this dark land. She cackles once more as a steady rain begins to fall upon the roof of the tent. The cards will help guide you to your ultimate conclusion. To your captor, perhaps. And perhaps you will be the ones. Now sit and ask me your questions, and then I shall do a reading for you.
Nadine is resisting the urge to pull the Homer Simpson fading into the bush thing.
Uh-huh.
I'll get you and your little kitty too. No, not Arlo.
She's like, I just got outed real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Quellen's just gonna walk over to the chair, but remain standing. He's probably about the same height, standing or sitting, either way.
Yeah.
More or less.
Nadine's just gonna lean against one of the poles and eye this woman like, how did you know who I am?
I don't know if Sherry can. Is Sherry able to fit in the tent?
Ducking, but yes.
She'll just kind of duck from outside. Just kind of
Okay.
look in.
Okay.
She's got the sloth squat going on.
Quellen's looking at this old lady, full poker face going on.
Mm-hmm.
And inflict wounds now.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Yeah,
spell is my favorite. It's not, but I love it.
Fox
Yeah,
is pretty impassive and hard to read about the whole thing. He's just kind of observing quietly.
Okay.
Yeah, on your will. Sit down.
Okay.
Oh boy, cards to draw.
Oh boy.
All right. Since you don't seem to have any questions particularly of her right yet, she will start the reading. She hands the cards separated into 2 decks to you all. Touch each deck, shuffle them. Let the cards feel your spirits, so they will speak the truth. Once the cards are returned to her, she begins to lie them on the table in the shape of a cross. All right.
Just stares intently at the decks.
Nadine's like, I don't know if I should touch these.
There we go.
I can see everything!
I can see sounds.
Okay.
I'm
Could you guys
gonna-
see this or
Yeah.
not?
I can
Okay.
see the mercenary.
Okay.
I'm going to just. Can I roll a perception or insight to get a sense of want to see what's around her, like see if there's any strings being pulled, and secondly to get a read on the woman, since you
Sure.
have a great number of charlatans that can come by court sometime.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and give me a perception and insight roll then.
Nadine has a question, but it can wait until after she's done with this.
Okay. All right. You're kind of distracted by the crazy old woman. It's hard to tell if there's any strings or anything around. But she seems sincere in that she believes that this reading is very important and that you are very important. As she draws the first card, she says, this tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. The mercenary represents inner strength and fortitude, and I'm using the wrong. And those who fight for power and wealth, the thing you seek lies with the dead under mountains of gold coin. And she pulls the second card. The 5 of coins. This card tells of powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope.
Nadine looks up.
Yeah.
She just looks up at this.
Daddy.
The guild member represents a like-minded individual joined together in a common goal, as well as pride in one's work. I see a dark room full of bottles. It is the tomb of a guild member. Man. Okay. The hooded one. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight.
Okay, Nadine looks up.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
She's like, who is this woman?
The hooded one represents bigotry, intolerance, and xenophobia, or a mysterious presence or newcomer. I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road deep in the mountains.
I'm just picturing this woman is being all serious doing her reading, and then Fox just arms immediately fly up in the praise the sun.
Praise the sun! As I'm gonna look like Sherry's gonna glance at Nadine real quick, seeing that she's like hearing her kind of being a bit uncomfortable, just kind of giving Nadine a confused and a little bit of a worried look, like, "Are you gonna be okay?"
No.
You've sexually sated. Okay. This card shed light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness.
Next time we hit the back button.
The dungeon represents isolation and imprisonment, or being so conservative in thinking just to be a prisoner of one's own belief. Find a girl driven to insanity, locked in the heart of her dead father's house. Curing her madness is the key to your success. And your enemy, the Dark Lord. Your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. The Dark Lord represents a single, powerful individual of an evil nature, one whose goals have enormous and far-reaching consequences. He lurks in the depths of darkness, in the one place to which he must return.
You know, I'd rather not deal with someone who's evil and immortal.
You have a problem with immortals.
No, I have a problem with evil.
Immortal doesn't mean you can't die.
That is the question, isn't it?
Sounds like a bad person.
Mhm.
What? You thought the person titled Dark Lord would be all about saving the trees?
Nadine is just looking at this old woman like she's like, you drew all these cards and this sounds like a very familiar timeline to me.
Darkness isn't necessarily evil. And in the darkness, the smallest light can seem the brightest too. Don't forget that.
So the whole world, the fate of the world falls on the gnome. Got it.
The smallest light.
Excuse
Boy,
me,
was
was that a short joke?
Fox,
You cut out.
does he actually say that to Fox?
Does Sherry?
No. Quaylen.
The
Was that a short joke?
smallest light. Did Fox say the smallest light bit?
Yes.
Yes, then he does say is that a short joke?
And Fox just raises an eyebrow at him. If you take it that way, I suppose it could be.
Nadine just looks at the old woman. And where might we find any of these? We're not from around here.
Yes, that is true. We know you are not from here. And I do not have any more specifics than what the cards say. So, but this is important. Tell me what you do know about your journey here, and I will help you, of course.
Nadine looks at her. First, I have a question.
Yes.
How do you know who I am?
I didn't hear the rest of the question.
How do you know who I am?
Oh. She says, among our people, the Vistani, women often have the gift of foresight, and the fates have seen fit to tell me a little bit about you, as when I knew that you would be coming and you would need the reading, and you may be the ones who ends the curse.
Question. If
Yes.
you learned our names through foresight, in the sense that we would have introduced ourselves at some point, you telling us that you already know our names prevents us from introducing ourselves. So wouldn't that defeat the foresight?
Stop drawing extra cards.
My bad. Sorry.
It's okay. She looks a little puzzled at that and says, my foresight does not tell me everything. It merely tells me some things. After all, the fates, the spirits, they can be very mysterious. They do not speak in the same language that you and I do.
So this... Now for a real question.
Mm-hmm.
This land, who is its lord?
We don't have a lord.
It's an autonomous collective.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I didn't vote for you.
Yeah. Yes. You have a lord. The lord of this land is the devil himself, Strahd. He rules with an iron fist, and it is his curse that must be broken, and therefore will break the curse on this land. That is why you have come.
If this Strahd is as devilish as you say, then why not have you abandoned? Led yourself away from the stock land to brighter pastures?
Because we made a promise many, many generations ago when he was still alive, before he gained the gift of the vampire.
The Dean just like laser looks at this woman at this point.
We made a promise to him. He helped our people and we helped him. And now I wish to help him more, which is to release him from his curse.
She says vampire and Nadine instantly just refocuses on her. She's like, I love
And then she says, we can travel. We can leave if we want to, but we always do come back because of that promise we made generations ago.
Alright, here's the important question. What level is he?
On a scale
What's
of
the
1 to
stats?
20, what do you think is no? So Nadine looks at her. Alright, well, if this is a vampire, then I am sorely in need of finding the person I was looking for in the first place. Do you know a man named Rudolf von Richten?
She nods very slightly. She says, yes.
I am here to
Yes,
find
I've heard
him.
Question, would I know of such Vaughn?
No. You guys have not heard of him. So he says, she says, well, the cards and the fates do not tell me whether you will find him here. But perhaps you will.
But you haven't seen him pass through. You've not talked to him in recent years.
I have never met the man,
I've
merely heard of him. He has not sought my guidance.
Who
Right.
rules this land in his stead?
In Strahd rules the land himself.
Oh,
But does he directly command the people?
That is something you would have to ask the people about.
If he's a
If
vampire.
they felt commanded by him or not. The Giorgio are different folks than us.
If
I have a deeper question than that. If not the people, then does he command the land itself?
Indeed, he does.
Right, so he already knows we're here. Best get going then.
so, Nadine turns to Quayla and she looks at him. If this lord is a vampire, then I can more than willing to bet that the people are in some sort of servitude or fear of him and are following commands regardless. Based on personal knowledge. She's being very vague about it, like she's not like giving any more information.
What aren't you telling us?
What am I not telling you?
Oh, that was to Nadine.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
Nadine just kind of picks up Arlo. She's like,
Mhm.
I cannot explain right now.
Let one have their secret.
I will explain
I'll ask you later.
later, yes. She's like, I'm not giving all my secrets to this crazy old woman who already knows who I am.
5 minutes later. So, what were you gonna say?
And what?
Sorry.
So, you have said what holds you bound here,
If you're,
but what holds us bound here?
what you're saying.
Sorry,
You keep cutting out.
I keep cutting out.
Mhm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do I keep cutting out?
I thought it was you, or I thought it was me. So I've just reconnected. So
I noticed him cutting out a bit.
Okay, let's try it again then.
Okay, I'll reconnect.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. It might also be my mic tolerances, but check. You have stated what keeps you bound. But what is there to keep us bound here?
She says, I have told you, yes, that we can leave when we wish. Others cannot. They can only leave when Strahd wishes it.
So, in other words, we're also stuck.
It seems so. Which is why I'm hopeful that you might be the ones.
Should not have gotten up this morning. Thought about it. It'd been nice to just stay in the tavern.
That's not nice of Strahd.
Vampires aren't nice people.
Worse, he's a noble.
What does that have
I
to
could-
do with anything?
Just does the most blank face stare
Sherry's legit
Sherry?
confused why that has any significance.
I have met and dealt with a number of nobles. And what I can say is every single day of my life dealing with a lot of them was like playing a game where you make one mistake and you lose the game. The cost of losing was death.
Doesn't sound like a fun game.
Not every noble is like that, so no.
Not every noble. Not every noble by far. But enough. Enough to know that you must use your words carefully when around any of them. For every handshake a noble has, there's usually 5 corpses that led up to it.
Dean's resisting the urge to just go pop him over the head and prove him right.
Anyway, enough about my experiences.
In any case,
Where do the spirits foresee we should start on this path that we have no choice but to follow?
I would recommend that you return to the village that you recently passed through and start there. In the tavern are 3 of my compatriots, 3 other Vistani who own the tavern there. And we would appreciate if you told them we need some more wine. But also, I believe that is where your quest should begin. In the village of Barovia.
alright then. I suppose we don't have a
Sounds
choice.
like we have a place to start.
I can start asking around for this Rudolph.
And I would recommend starting in the morning, as the woods are dangerous to travel at night. Enjoy our hospitality in the meantime.
So, out of character,
Mm-hmm.
so far our quest objectives is find a guy who was stupid enough to get himself killed by a pile of gold,
Mm-hmm.
a guild member who his corpse is in the bottom of a dark crypt.
Mm-hmm.
I forget about the hooded one.
The hooded one, the sword of sunlight,
Praise
faceless
the
god in
sun.
the mountain.
It's a faceless god at the end of a long and winding road.
The prophecy, and have it for you guys next time, so you can see it, read it.
Sounds like we got to go wield one of those giant stone swords.
Yeah,
The
and
entrance
then
to Barovia.
yeah, and then some mad woman is apparently has something to do with our quest, and then
An insane woman who we have to cure sanity, and then the Dark Lord
Because
Von Hottie
you guys are
himself.
cutting out for me again.
the Dark Lord sits on his dark throne, darkly.
Yes, the Dark Lord.
Alright, so
The
we're gonna...
Strahd
Give me just a
Von
second.
Beefcake himself.
I haven't beefcaked him yet. I haven't beefcaked him yet. He knows I'm beefcaking him, but I haven't beefcaked him yet.
Yet.
Yeah, it's on my list of things.
Yeah.
Where be DM?
He had to hop out for a second because it kept cutting out. I think he's restarting Discord.
If my mic continues to cut out, it might be my mic sensitivity.
It seems like every few words I don't know if it's just you pausing for a few seconds or your mic cutting out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's also can be part of it. My speech pattern involves a lot of pausing, sometimes even at a very abrupt moment as I'm trying to think things through.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. So
Okay, so I guess we're gonna make it how I guess we're gonna stay there for the night, and Arla's gonna just sit with the dean, and while the dean just like trying to figure out all these cards point to things that Nadine is like looking for. So.
you guys did hear me say that I would write down the prophecy for you to share for
Yes.
next
Yeah.
time. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, it's important to the adventure, so I wouldn't like make you remember from me reading it once. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, no. I wrote down notes, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a screenshot of all the cards.
hmm
Yeah, I just don't remember the specific words of the
That's
prophecy,
fine.
but I remember in general. Place full of gold, place full of liquor.
Mhm.
Faceless god, crazy woman.
Yep.
Wherever he returns to.
Okay. Let's go back to the camp screen.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Go. All right. So, the Vistani are even more happy and welcoming. In fact, someone invites Fox specifically to play his bagpipes, and tries to
Oh
match him.
no.
Yeah, and tries to match him on the concertina. Uh, uh, whatever he's playing.
dueling
Gotta go.
bagpipes.
No, they don't have bagpipes. They tend to have fiddles, concertinas, and tambourines. So, you guys know what a concertina is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Are you okay back there?
I'm good. just dying on spit. That's all. Right. Just choking on spit.
That sounds good. Sounds like fun.
So yeah, Fox obviously does play, and even more with more gusto this time.
Okay. Will you partake? They do. They provide food. Um, uh, uh, Obviously, it's wild caught, so like game, and not raised stuff. And excuse me, got a burp. And they share it generously with you, as well as liquor, lots of wine. If the water in the river is cool and clear and fresh, for those of you who don't want to partake in the wine.
Fox drinks the wine a bit more easily this time.
hmm
He figures that this is an awful lot of intrigue to go into just to like murder him in his sleep or when he gets too drunk.
Probably wise.
Nadine's not gonna have a drink. She's just gonna her water.
Quellen's gonna have a single glass and then kind of walk off to the side to slightly away from the revelries.
hmm All right. All right. We're gonna take a short bathroom break. I'll be right back to you guys.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a
Okay.
drink.
We're gonna go for the morning. What happens in the morning then? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Be right back, Chad. Get a drink.
Sherry's gonna hang out by the horses. Hi ho, off to work we go.
Huh. You know, it's gonna suck if like one of these things just walk right by it. It's like very obviously there, and it's just like, huh, okay, let's go.
What's this?
Yeah, just what's this? A very obvious thing that we need? Nah.
Oh, hey, well, there's a rumor of a crazy woman in a basement just down the street. That can't be what we're looking for. Let's go this way.
Just-
Sorry, Ari, you were cutting out there.
Talking to you guys.
Oh, you were talking to Hawk.
Yeah, my phone is broken.
God
And
damn it.
She procrastinated for months. and
well,
now
my
it's
problem is I can't. If I go take it to get fixed, then I won't have it for a few days because none of the places here do it like that day, and the only phone repair places are in Lexington, and that's not where we live. So, like, I'd have to make 2 trips to Lexington. But so like where my screen's spiderwebbed, there is a hole in the faceplate now where the glasses come out and you can see the interiors of the phone. Annie,
Bark.
is there another dog out there?
Yes, Bill.
Annie, shut up.
No, bark.
He's taking the dogs out, but that's okay. But yeah, so Nadine is just like, oh wow, this crazy old woman just outed me. Kind of.
Huh.
The-
Huh.
At least one of the cards also had a heavy implication towards Quaylen.
Well, 2 or 3 of them had a heavy, like, Nadine vibe. Like, she's looking for something in specific, and, like, she honed in on that shit real quick.
Oh boy, crazy people.
Crazy. But yeah, Nadine knows that crazy people usually have something valuable to add to things, and that they're not always crazy.
Oh shit, crazy people.
Oh, they
shit.
be crazy.
Oh damn it, that's not good. I'm crazy, I'm crazy.
I started watching Dragon Prince yesterday. I watched all of it because I binge watched the whole season. But
How many episodes are there?
8 or 9. It's not long. But Runan, the elf leader, of course. But the elf leader is my favorite. I love him so much. He's great. Why are y'all drawing cards?
So dumb.
Stop drawing the cards. But no, I like the Dragon Prince. I fully plan on drawing some fan art. Actually, I might do an art stream after this and do some Renan fan art after this. Because I don't think we're doing Sour on Saturday today because Arkoff is not feeling good. So he says he feels sick to his stomach. So no Sour on Saturday today. As far as I'm aware. Unless he feels better now, but
BRB.
it's D&D. D&D Beyond.
Just gonna put that in general art.
God damn it.
It's a Bob Ross summoning circle.
Is that how you do art?
I love it. Slow, heavy metal music playing. I think that caption is the best part.
Slow heavy metal music and the pentagram. And all the art supplies surrounding a picture of Bob Ross.
Bob Ross summoning circle.
Hey, Aggie.
Chat so you can see what we're referring to.
Bob Ross summoning circle. I know it probably shouldn't go in that go there, but oh well.
No, it's perfect.
It's an art question.
I feel like Jack needs to be tagged.
Do you want me to?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Freaking Bob Ross summoning circle.
Just looking through.
Is this how you create a masterpiece? Is this how you summon the Dark Lord, Bob Ross?
Speaking of,
I say summon the Dark Lord and Madame Eva pops up on my screen.
Yeah, and so did I, and I'm here too. So there you go.
Oh no, the Dark Lord has returned!
That's what you should change my name to in the chat, by the way. Is
the Dark Lord.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
or instead of for the ranking or whatever they call it.
Hold on.
The roll.
The roll.
Yeah, the roll. That's it. Yeah.
I got you, boo boo.
Thank you.
Dang, eat some of my happy little treatments.
Okay. Ready back? I was the last one, probably. Okay.
Is Hawk back?
No, he's walking the dogs, but no, what? He just walked back in the door.
He went to walk the dog so that Annie would shut the fuck up.
No, well, there was a dog outside, and God forbid there's another thing with 4 legs and a tail that walks by the door.
There's a couple of
So what did Sophie boof at it? And
No,
then Annie
Sophie's
went
just
crazy?
standing there wagging her tail like a dummy, just like, "Hi guys, I want to meet a new friend," and then Annie's like, "I want to kill you."
Sophie is
Okay.
I am
Doug
back.
from Up.
All right. Great.
I only just met you, but I love you.
So it is. If you guys have anything particularly you want to do besides what you said already for the evening, let me know. Otherwise, you wake up in the morning, and it is still kind of misty out and foggy, but it's not raining at this very second. So
The dean's just like, she gave up on trying to play with any sort of fire at the moment. Any sort of fire. Considering the events of the last few days, she's like, it's just gonna go back out.
well, the Vistani somehow managed to keep their fire going, but you do notice that through the whole night somebody's awake tending it. Otherwise, it would go out because it does rain. So
What's your problem, Sophie? Go away. Go away. Alright, Nadine's just ready to go in the morning. She's got her pack and she's looking around. She's talking to a horse.
Oh, you too?
She's not even using speak with animals, she's just talking to a horse.
Yep.
okay. So you guys head back out of the camp.
Okay, I'm here.
We're heading out of the camp. Do you have anything before we head out of the camp?
No, I don't think so.
Heading on a trip on our favorite
Favorite
rocket ship.
Going through the sky, little Einstein.
All right.
I can feel the disappointment.
My viewer count goes down to -52 because of that.
Yeah. You retroactively lose your.
You somehow lose your affiliate status.
Yeah. I was like, not partner. What is it?
I'm no longer
Yeah,
an affiliate
affiliate
because I sang the little Einstein song on my
All right.
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Fox. All right. So you travel back down the path as it gets more to a road, and once again you reach the crossroads where the old gallows and cemetery are. And then you're continuing back towards the back to the village, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Keep whispering to me. Okay. So as you guys walk past the gallows and are heading back, Anya, you hear a creaking noise behind you coming from the gallows. Actually, you guys all hear this creaking noise. You hear a creaking noise behind you coming from the gallows, where there was once nothing before. Now hangs a lifeless gray body. The breeze turns the hanged figure slowly so it can fix its dead eyes upon you. Anya, you don't see this. You see yourself hanged there.
Oh, lovely.
Ugh.
It wasn't me this time. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fox throws out his divine sense.
Yeah, I saw that. You do not detect any undead, or celestial or fiend.
He forgot he did the wrong thing for the
Yeah.
message. Oh,
I do that all the time. Believe me, I'm gonna screw up whispers all the time. So,
At least that was just an okay.
yeah.
For that, Derek, I
Yeah.
just to avoid the confusion with the whispers, I usually just Discord message people.
Yeah. I might do that next time. So
That way, there's less chance of it like fucking up.
okay. So
Something tells me that this Strahd individual does not take kindly.
what are you guys gonna do?
I mean, Fox doesn't detect anything, and all he sees is a corpse, right?
Right. That's correct. Yes. Everybody but Anya sees just a corpse. Anya sees a very distinctive corpse that looks just like her.
Nadine's not gonna do anything. She's just gonna leave the corpse where it is. It's probably there for a reason.
Trying to think what to do.
She knows better than to touch corpses that are hanging around in a vampire's domain somewhere.
Does she?
Well,
Does she?
Wisdom
Does
check.
she? Yeah. Look at just. Does she?
What do you want?
Well,
I'm half tempted to say, alright, screw it, I'll just go with this. Sherry picks up a stick and just turns the body so it's looking the other way instead.
Okay. So when you touch it
With a stick.
it rapidly melts away into nothing.
Ugh.
That's always a bad sign.
Sherry drops the stick and takes about 10 steps backwards.
Maybe we don't go around poking corpses.
Sometimes
I was just gonna move it so it wasn't looking at us.
Sometimes
I'm gonna
creepy.
do a quick insight check just to see if Fox noticed Anya give any response.
Okay, that's between the two of you guys, so it's up to you.
Oops, double click.
well, the first one was a 23. She's not like visibly shaken, but there's kind of a familiarity of, oh, good. More people who don't like me for what I am.
Fox just makes a mental note to talk to her about it in a bit as they're walking.
Okay. Just as a general heads up, by the way, to that, any PvP stuff, like with, whether it's fighting or checks between each other, I don't
Right.
DM those. So you
Sure.
guys, you just work them between yourselves. So how you want to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. after you pass the creepy thing, you head back north past the bridge. And as you are walking down the road, the fog is getting heavier and heavier. And by the time you reach the village, a little bit later, it's you can barely see anything in front of your face.
Something tells me that we're already going out to be starting off on a wonderful time.
Is it just dark or the fog's just too thick to see?
The fog's too thick to see.
If I lit a flame, would that be helpful at all, or would that make it worse?
It would.
I'm gonna pull out my lantern.
Uh-huh. Okay. So yeah, I mean, a flame. It does. I'll say it doesn't make it any worse, but it doesn't help either. So
Fox takes out his hempen rope and basically has the entire group take a hold of it, tie it off to themselves.
And for comedic fashion, it is short person immediately followed by large person.
And then the shortest person, the other shortest person in the back of the group.
So, yeah, you travel through the village. You can definitely tell you're still in the village for a bit because you can hear the cobblestone on of your feet below. But honestly, you can't see anything at all until suddenly you like stumble upon a house with 2 children out in front of it.
Ah, hello.
Give me 1 second, and I will show you pictures.
Just out of character question, Derek. Create or destroy water. Would that have any effect on any of the mist?
It would have effect on some on fog, but you know, it would just fill in with other fog afterwards. So it probably wouldn't be too helpful, except in one thing. You could maybe use it to dispel magical fog, but.
Okay. I was curious because I just saw that in my spell list and I was like,
cool. Yeah. All right. Here is the house.
Anya just inflicted wounds on those children.
Yeah, good job.
No.
The children are blatantly
the other
evil.
one with the bow, but shot the ground instead.
Yeah. No. I don't even have inflict wounds prepared.
That's an interesting house.
Lots of floors.
And the children.
It looks like the house from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, drow children.
Now, remember what I said about the art being sometimes more impressionistic? Yeah, they're definitely human children.
Okay.
A soft whimpering draws your eye towards a pair of children standing in the middle of the street.
Ah, hello.
After shushing the boy who is crying, the girl turns to you and says, hello, there's a monster in our house. She then points to a tall brick row house that has seen better days. Its windows are dark. It has a gated portico on the ground floor, and a rusty gate is slightly ajar. The houses on either side are abandoned, their windows and doors boarded up.
Where are your
Immediate
parents, little
insight
one?
check.
Sure. The child seems to be telling the truth.
Where are your parents, little ones?
I don't know. But they keep the monster in the basement, so maybe they're down there, but it's scary.
I would like to. Oh, go ahead.
What kind of monster is this?
Yeah, Derek has to get his sheet out here. Give me 1 second. Notes.
Not the evil notes. Oh my god.
They're the worst kind of monster.
Worst damage is paper cut times 5.
Does 1d4 slashing damage, or 1 slashing damage, and 20d4 psychic damage?
20d20.
Invulnerable against blunt.
I'm curious to see how much damage that would actually cause.
Oh,
Okay, that's 2.
Well, I swore I had that piece of paper, but now I don't. So, anyway, improv time. What did you asked what the monster looks like? Is that right?
Like what kind of monster they're talking about?
She says, I don't know. I've never seen it. I just heard it's howling in the basement.
I see. Can you give me your best impression?
So give me a persuasion check. Nice.
Wow.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Nadine and Arlo are gonna kind of skirt around them and just check the outside of the house.
Okay. It looks like a house basically it's in decent shape, but it's all excuse me. It's all the lights are off and the door and the windows are shut. And the curtains are drawn. So when you ask her to make a imitate it, she makes a sound that kind of sounds like somebody screaming. She's not really screaming; she's imitating someone screaming. Does that make sense? Yeah.
So it's not like the childish. Oh, it's like this. Rawr!
Yeah.
It's actual screaming.
Yeah, it's like she says. It's like it sounds like. Like that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I know exactly what it is now.
Well, so while I might not, Fox might. So would you have me roll anything to know whether or not he can distinguish it?
Give me either a history or religion check.
That's the kink.
Yeah, definitely a kinku.
Ooh.
No clue.
Sounds like a right pretty lady.
Can Nadine maybe
I'm gonna get lucky.
based on the noise?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
What do you want me to roll?
Same thing, either history or religion, whichever.
I'm good at religions, though.
Would it be fine if any of us did the history or religion?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Nadine doesn't know.
Okay.
All right.
Apparently, the guy who deals with the court stew.
Quaylen, to you, the sound she made sounds distinctly like somebody being pulled on the rack. Anya, that sounds like the scream of somebody or something in pain.
I see.
Basement?
Yes, it's in the basement.
Maybe.
Fox clearly looks clueless as to what the screaming could be.
Mm-hmm.
Quaylen looks a little bit concerned.
Yeah, so does Anya.
Uh-huh.
I've got
Like
nothing.
both of them share a knowing glance like, you think? Yeah. Would you want us to investigate and make sure that... Oh, sorry about that.
That would be awesome. That would be great because we're not going to go back inside until it's gone.
Can you?
And then the little boy starts crying again. And the girl says, Thorn, be quiet. We're talking to the nice people.
Nadine and Arlo come up and we'll go inside. But Arlo kind of walks up to the little boy and kind of noses him.
Well, don't worry, we'll check it out.
So nobody suggests what it could be to Fox, right?
No.
Not within earshot of the children.
Right now, Fox is thinking Dracolich, maybe.
Demon? Clearly a demon, right? I get to fight a demon today.
Molly do? Oh no, it's clearly Asmodeus himself.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Or
Clearly
would they be
Asmodeus
able to
himself.
keep a kraken in that basement?
I'm just picturing Fox, just like the monster manual just appears in his mind. No,
It's that
maybe.
meme of that woman with all the physics trajectories and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's. I mean, what I'm settling on is the Bone Claw, just because it's just Macho Man Randy Bone Claw, because the Bone Claw is ready.
Bone Claw is ready.
all right, but yeah,
Bone
Nadine.
Claw is ready.
I'm more picturing that Fox thinking the worst thing it could possibly be somehow shows up to the house with a tank, being like, I got what I need to take care of it.
Yeah, I ain't taking any risks.
No, Nadine
Probably not.
goes to the door with Arlo, and she starts checking the door. Do I have dark vision, don't I? Yes. Okay.
You should, as an Azamar.
Yeah.
Those of you who have dark vision should have it on the token, so you should be able to see. It would be Fox and Sherry do not have dark vision though.
Correct.
So
What
let me know.
What do furbolgs even have?
They have that they can talk to people, to talk to animals.
No, like, is it just normal
Just
vision?
regular vision.
Yeah, just normal regular vision. Yeah.
Give it me a boat. Yeah, I don't know about Fearbolgs, but I know that Fox doesn't, because he's just human.
Okay.
He is
so,
normal human.
Yes. Human man.
Nadine will take the front then if she.
Okay.
We're all still connected by robot. Just a reminder.
I'm gonna
Oh yeah.
untie myself from this rope at this point, because if we're going into a house, I don't want to be tethered to anyone.
I didn't tie it, so I'm just gonna let go.
Oh well, yeah, she's just not even connected anymore. There's no.
Okay. So you're looking down the side, Quaylen. It's like a row house, and that there's barely any room between it and the houses next door, which you can't see more than like 10 feet away at the most. But those houses are obviously abandoned next door. As far as the entrance, the gate is unlocked, and its rusty hinges shriek when the gate is open. Oil lamps hanging from the portico ceiling by chains, flanking a set of oaken doors.
Would those lamps be lit?
No,
I'm gonna because it's a cantrip. I'm just gonna light all of the lamps as we find lamps with my produce flame.
Okay.
I still have my hooded lantern out.
Oh, you do. Okay. So do you not want to light the things?
Let me just look at what hooded lantern does. Lantern hooded. Cast bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for additional 30 feet.
Nice.
I also just realized I never did a trinket for Nadine, so I'll do that later. But
yeah, I think that only like one person did a token or did a trinket.
I'll do it after this is done.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There, I
forgot about that.
Yeah. I put the lamp on you, Quaylen, so with the light, so you should be emitting the light now.
Yeah, so all the non-dark vision people can actually see.
As long as they're within your.
Yeah. Stay close to the bright rogue.
All right.
Clearly the rogue being the beacon of light is the brightest idea. But hey, the lantern can be hooded to be only a 5-foot radius.
It definitely can. Let me know if you do that, and I'll just adjust the light on your token. Or you can do it if you want to, but if you know how.
I don't think I can.
Okay.
Fox is currently still holding his halberd, kind of casually, but certainly ready to bring it down on something should something attack from the front.
Sounds good.
Sherry's gonna get her bow ready.
I'm gonna open the door.
Oh, hi.
Quaylen is out in front with Nadine.
All right. Ah, Jesus, stop that.
My mace in one hand, with the door open in the other.
Sorry, I'm having trouble grabbing this light here out of the way. Move, you jerk.
Also, just for full disclosure, Fox also has a longsword and a mace on his belt.
Okay.
So should somebody need a weapon, he's your armory.
Quaylen has a rapier, dagger, and short bow.
I'll just
So if
I
you need
have-
ranged, you can ask him.
3 of us have maces.
Anti-armor, yo.
All right, let's try that again. Okay, there you go.
Anti-skeleton.
The pair of doors open into a grand foyer. Hanging on the south wall is a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. Mahogany framed double doors, set with panes of stained glass, stand at the other end of the foyer. The coat of arms is of a windmill.
And windmill.
Yes, that's what he said.
I was laughing about something else.
So there's another door ahead of us, right?
Yep, there's another double door. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
You know, I just realized the kids could have tricked us into a break-in and entering charge.
Yep, they could have.
Too late now.
Kids are like that.
Kids are assholes.
Yeah.
Well,
Rip.
Okay. In this room, a wide hall runs the width of the house with a black marble fireplace at one end and a sweeping red marble staircase at the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a rapier with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. The wood paneled walls are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs.
Nadine's like my people.
Mhm.
Fey fuckery?
Well, they seem to really like their windmills.
reckon it's the family crest.
Oh,
Oh, certainly.
Rip Mythosia.
What? I'm here.
You
I'm
fell
just
out.
dead.
You fell out of the game again.
Oh. God damn it. GM Mobile does that.
Fox, could you take point? I'll keep the light at your back.
I was just about to recommend that. So the question now is, are we going up or trying to find some other way?
Nadine's gonna search
We
the
need
rooms.
to head down.
The staircase
Also,
goes
are
down.
the kids now out of earshot?
Mhm.
Okay, Quaylen's gonna tap Fox on the back of his leg. Also, just a heads up. The sound that the child made.
Yeah.
I've heard sounds like it before. When someone really pisses off one of those nobles.
You reckon it's like torture then?
That is my worry.
Fox looks a little disappointed.
Oh, it's just someone getting tortured. I was hoping it would be a demon.
Damn it!
This staircase, is it going up or down? Remind me.
That staircase goes up.
Okay. Is there a door to the south then going into this area?
Yeah, give me a
Yeah,
second.
you're right in front of it.
Yes. So
Yeah, I'm just making sure that's a door.
Yep, those are doors. There's 2 doors to the north and 1 door to the south. I mean, it's actually not the north. The north is to your left, but for the top of the map.
Yeah. Okay, Fox opens the door to the south.
Okay.
Nadine's gonna open the 2 doors, or one of the 2 doors where she's at.
Okay. I'll read to the south first. Okay. This oak paneled room looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves. 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them. a cask of wine, 2 carved wine goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabrum. A chandelier hangs above a cloth-covered table surrounded by 4 chairs. 2 cabinets stand against the wall.
This is an impressive place these people have.
I'm just moving into the room so the chat can see the room.
Okay.
All right, not seeing any signs of anybody in there. Fox is gonna walk back out.
Just a quick perception around the room. Potentially secret pathways.
Sure, go ahead.
Grab
Give me a
that
perception.
character sheet. That's a persuasion. I try to persuade the room for.
Tell me your secrets.
Tell me what I want to know.
You don't see.
Oh man.
Okay. Okay. Nadine, which one did you want to open up?
One of these two.
Well,
Up
tell me
here.
which one.
The one on the
50-50 chance.
that one.
Everyone pile onto the same square.
Okay. In this room.
I'm just picturing with all of us piled on the same square, it's Nadine opens the door and all 3 of us poke our heads in on the sides, like Scooby-Doo style.
Yeah, it's Quaylen, Anya, and then Fox.
All right. This kitchen is tidy with dishware, cookware, and utensils neatly placed on the shelves. A work table has a cutting board and rolling pin atop it. A stove, dome-shaped over. I can't type. A stone dome-shaped oven stands near the east wall. Its bent iron stovepipe connecting to a hole in the ceiling. Behind the stove and to the left is a thin door.
I opened the door. Also, that's the door, right?
Nope, that's a door there, a tiny door. To the top, this well-stocked pantry is full of apparently fresh foods of all sorts.
I investigate the tiny door.
All right, but there's
Or
nothing.
being the
There's
tiny
nothing.
man.
There's nothing in here that I need to grab at all.
Okay. So behind the door is a 2-foot wide stone shaft containing a wooden elevator box.
It's a dumbwaiter.
It is indeed.
How dare he works hard for his money.
Quaylen, you think that if you tried hard, you could fit in there, but the others probably couldn't.
Would
Just
Arlo
FYI.
fit in there?
I could totally fit in there.
Oh yeah, and Sherry too.
Arlo
Are
would fit
there
in there, right? Yeah.
like cables to manually lift and lower?
But the cables don't seem to be right here. Like this, you've got the actual thing itself here. But the cables are. No, actually, I think I got it again. Yes, cables are here. Okay. Yes, there's cables to lift and to raise and lower.
That'd be weird. Okay, I put the food here and then walk into the 3rd room to start pulling it up.
Yeah. Hanging on the wall next to it is a tiny brass bell.
I'm gonna try Quaylen's gonna try pulling the cables upward,
Okay.
so that the lift could potentially go down.
Sure. So you pull it upwards, and inside, when you look, I guess what you're saying, you're trying to look down from there.
No, I was more meaning that push the cable, moving the dumbwaiter upward so that the
Try to get the dumbwaiter to go down.
yes, words hard. Make dumbwaiter go down. See if it can go to basement.
Dumbwaiter does not go down. This is the bottom of it.
Well, unless we want to have a surprise gnome for upstairs, I don't think we're going to be making use of this. Dumbwaiter opens up. Sneak attack!
Surprise, motherfucker!
Too subtle.
But. Yeah.
Fox, at this point, is going to start walking back towards the front of the house.
Okay.
Hold on a minute, people. Let's work out where the basement actually is, or may be in this house. Those kids might know. He's gonna start walking back towards the front.
I'm gonna open
Go chat to the kids.
this door up here
Okay.
while he's doing that.
Sure. I'll read you that room, and then Fox, go ahead. The centerpiece of this wood-paneled dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace is a mahogany framed painting of an alpine vale. The wall paneling is carved with elegant images of deer amongst the trees. Red silk drapes cover the windows, and a tapestry depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf hangs from an iron rod bolted to the south wall.
Mahogany.
Mahogany.
Okay, so Fox, when you go outside, the fog has gotten worse, and you can see nothing when you walk like outside. Like the fog is like right in your face. You don't see the children.
All right. Children, you still out here somewhere? He's standing kind of guarded at this point.
You hear nothing at all.
Okay. He's gonna stand there for about 15 seconds, kind of listening for footsteps or anything.
Waylon is going to try opening this door while he's doing that.
It is eerily quiet outside.
Okay. He's going to go back in.
All right.
Get the others.
I don't find anything in the dining room, do I?
Did you look?
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah. No. I'm looking in the room for.
If you want to look for things, and tell me you want to roll perception check, okay?
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. All right.
Oh God, it's the chamber pots. Oh God, what did one of them have for dinner?
Waylon, I'm so bad at reading. This simple cloakroom has several black cloaks hanging from hooks upon the walls. A top hat sits on the high shelf.
If I wasn't in character against taking anything because this is someone else's place, I would totally be going for that top hat.
Yeah.
So since you're not, and I see it, I'm just gonna take the top hat and put it on.
I would like to point out that 100% of the groups that I've run this game through have taken the top hat.
I just love how Romix took the top hat in the other game.
Okay.
Really, this is someone's house.
I take it and then I put it on.
All right. By
So
this
I'm
point,
like,
I
what is
suppose
this?
he probably walks back into the group.
Okay, Nadine, while you're searching the dining room, you notice that in
I put it on top of Quailen's head.
Quailen puts it back.
In the tapestry, it's the paneling. I'm sorry. In the paneling, which the one that is carved with elegant images of deer amongst the trees, you notice when you look at them a little more closely that there are twisted faces carved into the tree trunks and wolves lurking among the carved foliage of the paneling.
Alright, this confirms that this place is connected to the creepy forest. Okay, so she takes note of that and leaves the room.
Alright, Fox walks back into the group, the thumb back out towards the front door. So, fog's gotten worse, and the brats seem to be nowhere to be found. Not sure we should be delving much deeper into this place. This whole thing kind of smells wrong.
Smells wrong, but there.
This whole country smells wrong.
Well, that I
Yeah,
can also agree with.
I mean,
But
we need to go be looking for trouble when We've got enough on our plate as it is.
Oh,
My concern is one. Whoever it was making that sound. And I say who?
Well, do you know those kids were alive and real?
looked real enough to me.
But they're nowhere to be found now. And I recalled saying they were going to just hang out there until we checked this place
They
out and took care of the
said
monster.
they were going
Well,
to.
They just said, to be clear, they said they weren't going in.
Yeah,
They didn't necessarily say where they were staying.
they were gonna go hide.
That's
I guess.
fine. I don't care. I'm trying to get these people out of here. I don't want to be here.
No, I'm just telling you. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
There's just one more argument. As crazy as she sounds, the cops.
Not sure if you're broken armored.
The cards it spoke of someone in a basement. It seems a bit. I admit this seems a bit bluntly given, but it fits.
Oh, hey, well, we know where the house is. We can always come back here later. Besides, you go down the basement yet?
No, we haven't found the entrance to the basement yet. I have a feeling it's not on this floor. We've not found any sign of down on this floor.
Maybe it's on the outside.
Also,
Tried
Well-
checking around the sides. Couldn't see much.
I'm gonna go to the stairs.
At any rate, the fog's gotten worse, so we're kind of stuck, at least at the entrance to this place, until that lifts a bit.
Well, we might as well explore a bit.
Quaylen looks wantedly at the top hat, but says no.
Actually, while you were saying that, I was actually just gonna go ahead and grab the top hat, but
Everyone wants the top hat.
I'm gonna go
Fox
up the
actually
stairs.
wants the rapier, but he's not going to steal from people.
I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay. Is anyone following Nadine?
Quaylen will follow.
Yep.
I'll put the top hat
Everyone-
on and then follow.
Follow,
I'll only wear
follow.
the top hat here. I'll leave it behind.
Okay.
Fox
With
size.
the top hat, what is your total height now?
Probably like 8 foot.
That would be a
That-
very tall
If it's a
top
foot,
hat.
That
if it's a
top
foot
hat's
tall,
not going to be on your head for long.
it's a.
Quick question for DM. Is there anything that Fox could use to bar the door with the 3 wolves in it?
You could move the move like one of the cabinets in front of it. But there's not really
from the main
from the
stairway.
outside. And no.
Is there a handle on the door that he'd use something across it to bar it?
Yeah.
Like his halberd through the handle or something like that.
Yep. You could do that.
Okay, then he's going to do that. He's going to shove his halberd through at an angle to kind of bar the door, stop it from opening, draw his longsword instead, and start pursuing the group upstairs.
All right. I am moving everybody
Yep.
to the second level. Oops.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, guys, when I move you to another level, don't start moving until I say something, because
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
it doesn't matter right now, but in other places, it may matter if you hit something. Okay.
oh
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
All
sense.
right. In this room, unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood frame portrait of a family, a handsome man and woman standing behind 2 children you recognize from the street in front of the house. Cradled in the father's arms is a swaddled baby, which the mother regards with a hint of scorn. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors to the east and west walls. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing youths. The red marble staircase that started on the first floor continues upward spiral. A cold draft can be felt coming down the steps.
I'm gonna go check the north door.
Okay.
I will check the south door.
It bothers me
Alright.
that the boxes don't line up in front of the doors.
They're right in the middle.
I'll stand.
Okay. Let's go with Quaylen first. Give me just a second.
I'll just
Gosh.
stand there.
Gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegantly appointed hall, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass wall hangings depict beautiful men, women, and children, singing and playing with instruments. A harpsichord with a bench sits in the northwest corner. Near the fireplace is a large standing harp. Alabaster figurines of well-dressed dancers adorn the mantelpiece.
Well, these folks certainly know how to spend their money.
Okay. On the other side, for Nadine, red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and matching high-back chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in corners of the room are two overstuffed chairs. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to more easily reach the high shelves.
I'm gonna see if I can't find anything in the room that might help with either my situation or finding the basement.
Okay. Keep that perception going. Okay. Where are you looking in particular?
I'm checking the bookshelves and just see if there's anything in the desk.
Okay. So in the desk, well, on the desk, first of all, is a lamp, some ink, an ink pen, a tinderbox, a letter kit, and there's a map. Inside the desk is a key in a drawer.
I'm gonna take the key and
Can I perceive around my area too?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take the key and the map and leave the rest of it.
Or
Okay.
could I do an investigation?
So what are you trying to figure out?
Where was it that you described there's a mural of people singing?
It's on I think it's the right level here. On this wall.
Going to, as it's the one thing that stands out the most, going to investigate the mural.
Okay. So generally, at least this is how I roll it, is that perception is to notice things, investigation is to figure out how things work. So
Okay.
if you're just trying to look at it and see if there's anything weird about it, then that's just a perception roll.
Okay.
It's a very nice tapestry.
At least they spent their money properly.
Yeah, she checks the
I
desk.
only ask because I've got, as opposed to most of my characters, I have a higher investigation than I do a perception.
Yeah. So investigation will help you figure out, like, if you see a trap, it'll help you figure out how it works. If how a secret door works, something like that. But to notice it, it's got to be is perception.
Yeah, I checked the bookshelves too.
Okay.
On the bookshelf.
All right. Okay. So Nadine is looking through the books, and she pulls one of them, and a door behind the bookshelf opens up.
I will go into the room.
Are you saying anything to the other people?
Oh, I found a secret door. You guys, I don't know where.
Well, I found nothing over here, so let's go that way.
Mhm.
I thought one or two of them were in the room with me, so that's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah, it's okay.
Most of us were just standing in the hall.
Okay. This secret room contains a bookshelf holding 2 massive tomes. A heavy wooden chest with clawed iron feet stands against the south wall. Its lid half closed. Sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in rotting armor.
Well, did not have a good
Oh
day.
no.
I'm going to check out this skeleton.
Okay.
I'm gonna poke it with my mace and see if it moves, and if it doesn't, then I'm gonna check it out.
It does not move when you poke it,
All right.
except like you'd think it would, like falls over a little bit further.
I'm
It does not
I
animate.
wanna check out.
It does not animate.
I wanna check out Sir Skelly Man. Then.
Okay. Give me a medicine roll.
Ooh.
It's dead, and probably an elf.
Dead Jim.
Oh, it's an elf. All right.
Mhm.
I look at it and see if I can't find any identifying things on where this elf may have come from, just in case.
You do not find anything. It looks like it's been here a number of decades.
Does everything else in this house look like it hasn't been touched for a number of decades?
Nope. They all look. It all looks new, and everything's well oiled. It all looks very well taken care of.
Alright, so just a skeleton in the closet. Okay. I'm gonna
This case literal.
gingerly move him out of the way, being very respectful, and
Okay.
she's gonna look inside the chest.
Okay. So inside the chest are 3 books and a number of pieces of parchment.
I'm gonna see what's on these pieces of parchment.
Okay.
Can I ask you what you're doing?
I found a secret room with a skeleton in it, and the skeleton was
Yeah.
dead inside the chest, so I'm seeing what the skeleton was looking for.
Yeah. Let's just use your noggin there for a second. And if the chest has somebody dead on it, maybe you shouldn't be messing with the chest. Just gonna say it.
She's like, she's already dug in it by the point you're saying.
I mean, wouldn't it stand
Well,
to reason that
We're gonna be down a party
Wonderful.
member, guys. Just let you know.
Oh, please, no.
Okay. Inside the inside the chest are 3 books, 3 blank books, 3 scrolls, only one of which you can read, and there's a couple deeds and a will.
I'm gonna. What do I know what language these other scrolls are in?
And a letter too. What language they're in? They're in some magic language that you can't read.
What about the one I can read?
That would
Okay.
be this.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Good old
nice.
spell scrolls.
nice.
Ow.
Protection from poison.
I'm gonna. These scrolls have probably been here a while. She's gonna pick them up and hold on to them for now.
Oh, okay.
Is there any indication what script the other spells that you can't read are in?
She hands them off. She can't read those. She can't read those, so she hands them off to whoever. See if
Okay.
anybody else can read.
Yeah, Quillen opens up. This is magic stuff. Nope. Pass off.
Okay.
Fox can read
Yeah.
Draconic and Infernal, so just in case one of those two work.
Yeah, it's a spell scroll, so you have to be able to cast the kind of spell
Okay.
for to do it. So you Fox can read this one.
Fox, either Fox or Anya could.
Mhm.
Ah, Scroll of Bless.
And this one
That might be
only
useful.
right now only Anya can read.
Woo! Nice. Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's a nice.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
handing the other 2 off to them, and I will keep this protection from poison, even though I think I've already got that spell.
Yep.
All right.
What else is in that chest?
That's a good
I'll-
question. There is this.
like if there's anything that looks legal, immediately Quaylen's just digging through them.
Okay, here are the legal things. There's that. And this. And this. And one other letter.
Oh, this last letter is wonderful.
Do I have that in hand already still? Because I was the one, or did I hand that off?
You handed these off. They were in a pile together, so they look like legal stuff. So Quaylen asked for them.
Okay. Yeah.
So Quaylen has them.
Okay. First of all, with the Durst house, does the directions that it states sound like the house we're in?
It's hard to tell because you couldn't really see where you're walking around outside where you are, but that seems like a reasonable conclusion.
This seems to be the deed to this house. So this might be useful to hold on to. This is the deed to the nearby mill, also useful to hold on to. This here is a will. Residents of Wolfway. So this will decrees that these two deeds are to go to a woman by the name of Elizabeth, or a couple of kids by the name of Thornbolt and Rosavelda. This last one, give me a second. This doesn't look pleasant.
Nope. God damn it. Yeah, I'm getting bold and Quaylen. No.
Ah! You didn't trust that
No.
skeleton, just in case.
Spooky, scary.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Spooky, scary. Smash the head with the mace.
Bop.
Presumably, Strahd's letter gets passed around. Everybody knows it, right?
That's up to you guys.
Quaylen holds on to the deeds to himself, lets the others read the will. As for the letter, he's reading it kind of up and down first a couple of times before handing it to the rest. This certainly is foreboding for this place.
You wouldn't happen to think that maybe these children were the ones that lived outside, do you?
One of them did call the other Thorn.
I suppose it's possible. But I'm not sure what children would do with a house without anybody
Well,
to take care of them.
they live in it.
Well, yes, but there's nobody to take care of them.
Well, this letter from our eventual target, Strahd, it apparently validates what you thought would be the cause of that screaming, wailing noise. Sounds like
Which
this
means
asshole's
that
been
we need to
torturing
focus
people.
on getting to the basement as soon as possible.
Indeed.
It's just quiet. She's just quiet. She's done looking through the room.
Sherry's just confused.
I am
Picture
adding the
Arlo-
two
Arlo
deeds
gnawing
to my
on the
inventory.
Okay.
Yeah, I added the poison.
Yeah, I picture Arlo just gnawing on one of the skeleton bones.
He's a cat, not a dog.
And
It's beneath him.
I can say
Well.
for myself, I have not seen my cat not on bones.
I'm gonna go up the stairs, maybe? Question mark.
Anyone else who wants to hold on to the will or Strahd's letter is free to do so.
I'll hold on to Strahd's letter.
Wait, you mean you're not going to? I thought you were the guy with all the legalese separate.
That's not a legal letter, though.
Looks like there's a door here.
I can also hold on to the will.
There's a door right on top of where Anya is, and the stairs.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to open that one.
Okay.
That's probably where the dumbwaiter goes up to.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what my thought is.
This undecorated bedroom contains a pair of beds with straw stuffed mattresses. At the foot of each bed is a footlocker.
Cool.
Wow.
Sorry
Okay.
to
Right
interrupt
away,
you,
I'm not
DM.
Uh-huh.
Question. You mentioned that there were 2 heavy tomes that none of us looked at.
Yes.
I would like to take a look at those.
Okay. In that those tomes, one is titled Summons of the Priests of Osibus. The other one is Rituals of the Priests of Osibus.
Fox has reconfirmed that it's a demon in his mind now. He sees rituals and summon. He's like,
Summons
demon!
and rituals of
Osibus. Osybus.
Dave's fault intensifies.
Aussie bus.
the Alcibus.
Oh, Cebus.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab those since, you know, they might come a little bit useful, especially if they're in a locked closet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you going to read them?
First bring them to the group, and then
Okay.
open up the rituals of Osibus.
Basically, when you're paging through it, it's a book filled with rituals involving the dead and undead in excruciating detail.
Close
my.
that book and then read through the summons of Osibus.
It's a deeply disturbing book detailing the processes and sacrifices requiring to summon fiends of all sorts.
Yeah, it gets through about a quarter of the book and then just slams it closed. Nope, 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 nope,
What is it?
Nope.
nope.
Would you mind if I?
Sherry's still wearing the top hat, by the way.
It's scraping against the ceiling.
Mhm.
Oh.
Well-
would you mind? Would you mind if I took a look at those?
Just shoves both books right at Anya. Take them.
Okay.
Does Fox feel any sort of like arcane presence in the books at all?
Not offhand. Probably have to read them unless, or use your divine sense if you thought they were tainted. So, by the way, this floor is 12 foot high ceiling, plenty of room for Sherry and the hat.
Yay!
And I am going to use divine sense.
Okay. You do not detect any taint of celestial fiend or undead.
Okay.
They
So,
are still very disturbing to read, though.
yeah. In
Does
reading them, is there anything I maybe have heard about any of this that might be true or not in this book? Anything I could.
You figure it would probably take you about an hour to read through it to make that decision. So if you want to take that time right now, that's fine. But
No, I don't think. Not
can
yet.
read
Maybe
through it
later.
later.
mhm.
Yeah.
You read through the whole book, you take 2 sanity damage.
So I just
Yeah,
had
you take some
a.
candy.
I
I
just
thought
had
we
a.
weren't playing Call of Cthulhu. We are now, bitch.
I just had a thought.
Oh.
So the divine sense reveals any location of any celestial within
Uh-huh.
60 feet. Do
No,
I?
it doesn't count. No, you're a
Okay.
humanoid.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Nobody's breaking your spirit.
Like,
you
cause they,
being a
as
human.
far as they're aware, I'm like some weird half elf looking.
Uh,
This
Uh,
is
Being a
this
human.
is so this is Madame Fellow Human here.
Hello, fellow humans.
Yes, it's not like a Rob.
okay, so the little room that you open the door to have tidy servants' uniforms that hang from hooks in the small closet.
Tiny?
The closet, tidy, not
Oh,
tiny.
tidy.
Tidy.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
what are they employing monkeys?
Yeah.
It's
Master has
amazing.
given
No,
Dobie
they're
salt.
clearly employing gnomes and halflings as their servants.
Master has given Dobby a sock. Are these foot lockers by these beds like unlocked?
If you want to try and open them, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll try to open one.
Okay. Yeah, it's unlocked and it is empty.
Okay, I'll go to the other one and open it to see if there's anything in that one too, if I can.
It is also empty.
Do the bed look slept in?
Not recently, no.
Sure. Like to make a perception check to see if I can see anything about this room that might be off.
Sure.
Perception.
We're talking about the service room that you're in, right? Just making sure everyone's in
Yeah,
the room.
the room with the two beds.
It looks perfectly normal to you. There's nothing weird about it. You do notice that is the dumbwaiter in the bottom, right under where Fox is sitting or standing.
Mhm.
That's the dumbwaiter. Makes to you. In fact,
This
this is the most plain room that really you've been in this place. So
you think this. I mean, if the closet there, probably the servants' quarters is what I'd think.
Given the lack of decor, of course, no one would spend money for their servants.
That's sad.
Very sad.
It's the way of the courts.
I think doesn't say anything. She's just
Don't
like, I'm
spend
gonna
money
go.
on those who do what they're supposed to.
Sad that
Fuck the
people aren't
courts.
taking care of each other. Sherry kind of tries to look down, but the hat doesn't let her.
Yeah, she looks down and the hat just falls off. Oh.
She picks it up and puts it back on.
I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Precious. Yeah, I will follow.
Before Quailing goes up the stairs, just gonna do a quick rummage through that desk.
okay. There's nothing in there because Anya took it off.
Nadine.
Yeah, yep, Nadine took it all.
Nadine,
Fox
I'm
is
sorry.
also going to notice there's an unaccounted for void
Yes.
right there.
There
so
is
he's going
indeed.
to investigate.
Okay. Give me a perception roll.
I need to add all
You
this.
noticed that too.
It seems like a solid wall, but definitely there is a void there.
Okay, so like with that, he's checking the 3 sides that he can access.
Right. I figured you looked at the 3 sides and
Yeah.
you were looking for secret doors, but you see none of those things.
Okay.
So
It's a
if I
giant
put my ear against one of those walls, would I hear anything?
You do not hear anything right now.
Okay.
Also, real quick, I will give the lamp that I took off of the desk to one of the 2 that don't have dark vision.
Okay.
I'm still using my hooded lantern.
Well, no, it's not lit. I just picked up a lamp.
Just giving it, handing it off.
Yeah.
Did you show them the map?
I haven't opened it yet.
Okay.
I open it. Yeah, I hadn't opened it yet.
Okay. It's a map. Give me a second and I'll show it to you.
It's a map. It's a
It's a
map.
map.
It's a map. It's a
I'm a
map.
map. buy my map, buy my map, buy my map.
It's a map.
Ori becoming unaffiliated once again.
Yep.
It's a Bernosh map. It's a Bernosh map.
No, it's not.
It just shoots you full of crossbow bolts and runs away.
All right. I'm actually putting the link to the map in the Discord. So
His picture is dancing.
I put the link in the Discord for you guys.
It be big map.
Yes.
Big mate.
Pin that.
It's got blood all over it.
Yeah, I will. I look at this map and they said that Darkon was the same way. I don't see it on this map, do I?
Nope. But this looks like the map of one valley and maybe one country, not a second country. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just wanted to see if
Yeah.
I saw
Or
that
they
on
could have
the map.
just lied.
or they could have lied too. That's true.
None of this looks familiar.
No, it does not.
Oh.
Some of the trees in the top right-hand corner, they kind of look like your trees, but you're not sure.
Does any of it look like any of the maps I've read?
In that it's a map, yes, but none of the places are names that you recognize.
This is certainly not a place known to the rest of the world. Read the maps of the nearby countries. My court and previous court.
Fox
Don't
notices
see
there
anything
is
like this here.
obscured script running along the mountains on the south side of the map. Is there anything you can read on that?
South side.
It's on
Like
both.
where-
It's on both mountains.
It's all on most of the mountain ranges.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Or are those just like the names of different peaks or something?
Yeah, that one. It's the name of the mountains. On two mountains have names on there. One
Well, I
mountain.
mean, like in like a light brown, there's a
Mhm.
script.
Oh,
I can see
I
it's
see
like
what you're
Rat
saying.
ramblings
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it's in Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lore with some text. It doesn't mean anything. So,
Okay. Just there for effect.
yeah.
I
Exactly.
am a dingus.
Hey,
Yeah,
why would
yeah,
the map
yeah.
insult me?
No, it's just one of those things like look to the bottomless corner. Okay, now look to the third mountain range. It's just one of those.
Yeah. She's gonna show them the map and then she's gonna roll it up and put it back in her bag and then go up the stairs.
That'll be useful to keep a hold of.
Hi.
Ravenloft.
All right. Nadine's going up the stairs.
All right.
My trees? No, not my trees.
Oh.
Jerry, the precious babe.
Oh. She just wants to go home, guys. It's been a while.
These are my trees. Where are my
Okay.
trees?
Who is following Nadine?
Sherry will go on up.
Since I went to take a look back at the desk, I would probably be last.
Okay, Sherry's next. Who is
I'll
after
go after
Sherry?
Jerry.
Okay.
I will.
Fox is waiting for his light guy.
Okay.
So it'll be Quaylen, then Fox.
All right.
Light
Oh.
man.
Fox then Quaylen, right? Because Quaylen said Fox take the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
true.
I'll swap you around. Give me a second here.
Light man, light me.
Okay. Hi.
Oh,
I read
everything's
it-
dark up here.
That may be because the balcony is blocking what you can see, but yeah. All right. Room. Let me read some description. Hooray. Not on that page. Next time, remind me to number these pages before I write.
I will.
Thanks. Thanks. Okay.
We got 2 weeks for you to memorize them.
Unlike the rest of the house, this floor, as you get up here, is dusty and drafty. You climb the marble red staircase to its full height, puts you in a dusty balcony with a suit of black plate armor standing against one wall, draped in cobwebs. Oil lamps are mounted on the oak paneled walls, which are carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters. The floorboards squeak as you step upon them.
I'm gonna move to about here and see what I can see around the corner.
Okay. When you move there, suddenly
Oh,
the
good.
armor starts to move.
Surprise,
And it's time for initiative, baby.
Ah, damn it.
Oh snap!
He give you the big
What's
spook.
with the? Why is it?
It's dexterity modifier or dexterity to break ties.
Yep, I use it to break ties. So
Ah.
Of
Let me
course,
roll
me in the
initiative.
back, I have the last initiative.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Mhm.
You can't really see anything.
I
Yeah.
need initiative from Anya there.
Yeah, give him
Arlo
just
is
a moment.
behind me, so he's not
Okay.
involved.
Yeah, I'm not going to involve yeah, whatever. I can't talk.
Goodbye, baby.
Yes. Okay, Sherry, you are first as this armor starts to move.
Well, surprised. I'm gonna take a shot at it.
Okay, you should.
And let's see. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh wow.
Nice. You hit it.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. It takes damage.
Just like hit it in the arm, and it just. Ping.
Quink.
All right.
Maybe a finger falls off or something. I don't know.
Okay. Next, it gets to go. There's an Nadine next to it,
Oh dear.
There's a wild Nadim next to it.
and it swings at Nadine twice.
Oh dear. That's not good.
The 19 hits.
All right, you take 3 damage.
I'm hurting.
That's a good thing that the 8 didn't hit.
Yeah, I'd be dead. Which not be abnormal.
Oh dear.
Okay,
All right,
now it's your
so-
turn, Nadine.
I am going to. I'm gonna hit it with my mace.
Okay.
Your mice.
Where is my mace?
Oh, mace. I heard face.
All right. That misses,
Like-
unfortunately.
just like Ori. Ori, you're not playing a Rav.
It kind of just glances off the armor as you swing your mace at it.
Alright.
Anya.
Oh boy. Huh. Let's see. It has taken damage already, so
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a nice Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead is such a good spell. I love it so much.
All right. It did not save with the -1.
Wow, and that's not even a natural one. Holy crap.
All right, and it takes damage. Nice thing. A bell tolls throughout the
Dong.
thing, and
Okay.
the armor looks like it was shaken by the bell. Not saved by the bell. Something completely different.
You give him a spook.
Damn.
Fox, your turn.
It to be
Fox is going to rush forward to take position next to it, drawing his mace as he goes.
Okay.
Crack.
And
That
20
hits.
for a full 8.
All right.
Ooh.
It notices
nice.
you. Quaylen, your turn.
Murder sandwich.
Hi.
Murder sandwich. Moving
Oh, hey.
exactly my full movement. That would be rapier strike with advantage.
I like that the macro you're using for movement. That's pretty.
I don't know how to do that. I know that.
So
Press Q.
So Roll20 changed it. While you're
Yeah.
moving your character, right click, and it will place a marker point for your character to move at and give you a total amount of distance that you're moving.
Huh. Nice.
I'm not really moving. I'm just testing it out.
Provoke stack of opportunity.
I was just trying to figure it out because I've not been able to figure that out for anything.
All right, Quaylen, go ahead and swing. Or poke.
23 with this pokey rapier.
All right. Are you at advantage?
I am at advantage due to flanking.
No, no flanking.
Oh, no flanking. So that
That's 22.
Yeah, that's fine. It still hits. I'm just telling you. I don't use flanking rules in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, roll some damage though. You did hit it.
That's a
Nice.
10, and
Nice.
because allies are within 5 feet of it,
Sneak attack.
sneak attack.
Okay.
That's just a 4.
All right. It crumples to the ground.
This mighty gnome just runs up, leaps up, plunges the rapier through the back, and it just crumbles.
Mm.
Well,
What's that?
Fox glances at Nadine. You alright?
I'll be alright. I've had worse.
He puts his hand up. It's kind of glowing. I can help.
You know, it's funny. Nadine in that moment sounded slightly Irish.
Sure, he's gonna pick up
save
that
it.
arrow.
Save it for later in case something worse happens.
What's
He
Sherry
shrugs.
doing?
I said that Sherry's gonna pick up the arrow.
Okay, that's good. So, stepping over the rude suit of armor, you can see 4 doors leading from the balcony. A pair of double doors to the east, which is the north, have dusty panes of stained glass set into them. Designs in the glass resemble windmills.
That's up here, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. There's a set of double doors, and then where Quaylen is, it looks like there's 2.
Mhm.
there is 2 over by me. Currently just a little dumbfounded.
Mhm.
Pokey stick. My rapier
stick,
just
kill
suddenly
armor.
destroyed a suit of armor. Huh.
Pokey stick, kill armor. Pokey stick, strongest there is.
So Fox is going to poke around in the pieces of armor as well, just to see if there's any like animating rune stone or anything like that.
Not that you notice. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the
Once I
door.
recover from my shock, I'm going to open the door right behind me.
Okay. Who's opening first? Are you still opening up on top, Nadine?
Yeah, I'm gonna open up the double door, so it's whichever you want
Alright.
to do first.
Okay. Let's go with Nadine first because it's higher up here. Pushing cobwebs aside, tromping through the dust covering the creaky floors into this bedroom, you note the burgundy drapes which cover the windows. Furnishings include a 4-poster bed with embroidered curtains and a tattered gossamer veils, a matching pair of wardrobes, a vanity with a wood-framed mirror, a jewelry box, and a padded chair. A rotting tiger skin rug lies on the floor in front of the fireplace, which has dust-covered portrait of a couple portrayed in the upper hall, though younger, hanging above it. A web-filled parlor in the southwest corner contains a table and 2 chairs. Resting on the dusty tablecloth is an empty porcelain bowl and a matching jug. A door facing the foot of the bed has a full-length mirror upon it.
I'm just gonna check the room.
Okay, Quaylen. Go ahead and give you a perception roll,
Yeah.
Nadine. But let's go for Quaylen. Okay. 15, okay. Dust and cobwebs shroud an elegantly appointed bedroom, which contains a large bed, 2 end tables, and a wardrobe. Mounted on the wall next to the wardrobe is a full-length mirror with an ornate wooden frame carved to look like ivy and berries. In the northwest corner is a pair of double doors set with panes of stained glass. And I forgot to share this with you guys.
Going to open the small door next to me first.
Okay. By the way, that's what you guys killed.
Yeah, it's the good old animated armor.
Ooh, 13.
Animated stuff is fun.
Mhm.
Funny
Okay.
how the armor, how the armored hunter is the one that killed the armor.
Wait, don't move yet, Quillen. Upon opening this door, you were interrupted by a horrific scream as a translucent spirit of a terrified, skeleton young woman materializes in the bedroom, reaching out as if to stop you.
Do I hear this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, and we get to roll initiative again.
I'm coming down there.
Oh, goody!
Do
Oh.
all of us roll that?
Yep.
Alright.
The initiative thingy. Where's it? Oh, Nadine, honey.
Oh, I was gonna try and talk it down.
It's not talking. It can't talk anyway, so.
It can vocalize. You said it screamed.
It screams, but yeah. All right.
Got it.
I was going to try reasoning with it by just closing the door and backing away.
All
Man,
right.
I keep hitting the initiative tracker twice.
Okay. Sherry, you are first. You hear this horrible scream from this room. It doesn't sound like either Quail or Fox.
From this one?
Yep.
I'll take a peek. Go and be like. Do I see it from? Can I see it at all from there?
No.
You can
Basically,
walk through my square.
yeah.
Hold on. I gotta move the turn order. So I'll peek around the corner and see the nursemaid spirit,
Uh-huh.
and like any normal murder hobo, I'll shoot it.
Okay. You can't stop on Quaylen's spot.
Okay.
Yeah, you can move
You
through
can
it.
move
but-
through.
All right. All right, you missed. Sorry.
It's a
Quaylen,
ghost.
your turn.
It is
Huh.
indeed a spook.
It is indeed a spoop. Unfortunately, I don't think I can proc sneak attack.
Not unless somebody pulls into the room. Pulls right next to it.
Can I move close and ready to attack when Fox approaches?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop, do a nimble leap across the bed, and
May I make a
ready
suggestion?
myself weapon drawn for Fox to stab when Fox approaches.
Let me make a suggestion, Quaylen. The nursemaid is going to move before he does. So maybe you should stand next to Fox instead of giving up to there. And then when the nursemaid moves,
No,
Yeah.
that's actually not a bad idea.
Okay, I'll do that then.
all right.
So is he readying an attack of opportunity as it moves close?
He's readying for it to get within his range and then attacking when it's within range. As I
Yeah,
understand.
on
yeah.
its move, he will
He
attack.
can then,
Right.
Yeah.
he can then proc sneak attack because you can proc it once a turn, which is just
Okay.
Which technically
Whatever.
once a turn means I
It's
can proc
just-
multiple times around, but
yeah.
Like
in
if
this
someone
case it's just focusing on hitting it with sneak attack while you're nearby.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Okay.
now, at least.
Its turn. It moves towards you, screaming and grabbing
Woo!
at Fox. Quaylen, make your attack.
Do a stabby stab.
Mhm. You missed it.
All
just
the 7.
completely. All right, and
Just narrowly missed a crit fail though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't use crit fail, so don't worry about it.
It's just you missed.
Yeah. All right.
Or just like, oh, you really missed, but nothing
Okay,
mechanically
Nurse
bad.
Maid reaches out with her hand and to grab Fox, but I don't think a 12 hits.
No, it does not.
Okay.
Ooh, that is scary.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit.
That'd be very
He can
scary.
take it. He can tank.
That's my entire health there.
Yeah, no, yeah. If I failed that Constitution save, I'd just be dead.
Uh-huh. Okay, Anya.
So is it in the? Is the nursemaid technically in the square right next to all 3 of them?
Right next to Fox, onto the right. Is that not where you
Oh,
see it?
okay.
Like right here is where it should be.
It's
Oh,
over
oh.
here.
Okay. Yeah, so it's past him, so I can't see it.
Mhm.
Okay, so I
You
got
should be
it.
able to. Hopefully the lighting and everything works, so you can see what you can see. So
Yeah.
that's hopefully
Yeah.
how it is working. So
Yeah, I couldn't see it, but yeah, if I move right into here, I'll be able to see him.
yep.
Okay. And fuck it. Guiding bolt.
All right, that hits.
Woo! That's the first level. Ooh, 15.
Hmm.
Ouch.
That seems to have gotten its attention. Like you can tell the radiance from your godly power has seriously affected this evil spirit.
Yes.
Nadine, your turn.
Is
Oh,
Fox?
skip.
It's
skip me?
Fox's turn.
Oh, sorry, Fox. I do that
and-
sometimes. So just always call me out on it.
Okay.
So
So
And
Fox,
the attack has advantage. First attack has advantage on him now.
yes, because he's got
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to roll all that shit. My bad.
that's okay. So yeah, your first attack has advantage because of the guiding bolt.
okay. So he holds up a scroll and yells at it. It says you're a heretic. That's what he says.
Deuce Volt!
Nice.
Deus Volt.
You hit.
Deuce Volt!
There's bolted for now.
Deus Volt, motherfucker.
Heresy!
So your mace kind of like half goes through it, like it's at slowed speed, but and it seems to pull some of the ethereal mist from it, but it doesn't do as much damage as you would if it was a flesh creature.
Sure.
Kill it with fire.
All right,
With holy fire. Woo!
now Nadine.
Okay, so I have a question. Since they are standing in where I would like to move, but like right here is the edge of my movement. Oh, hold on. Right here is the edge of my movement.
Yeah, you cannot move into somebody's space and end your turn there.
No.
You can
yeah,
move. You can move.
I guess I
through
could
your-
have moved back a square. Whoops.
You can
Oh,
still
there
do
we go.
that if you want to. I don't care. If you want to have
Okay.
attacked and then move back to let Nadine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll move back a square.
Yeah, I could-
to let-
I can't get into the room.
Yeah.
I am going to.
Give it a spook.
No, I'm gonna save the holy water for later.
No, only I can give it the spook.
Well, no, I can give it.
Well, I mean, Toll the
holy
Dead.
spook.
Well, I mean, Toll the Dead.
I can give it holy spook. I'm gonna produce flame at it.
Holy
Make
spook.
everything
Holy spook.
spoopy.
All right, that hits.
4 fire damage.
All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Level 2 paladin for that sweet smite damage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
right.
wish I was level 3.
And
Here
then
comes the Slayer.
that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay there.
All right.
Oh,
When
you're
you
gonna go
do, it
hunter?
dissipates into mist
Poof.
or into etherealness or whatever.
Poof.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. Well,
That was unpleasant.
I did not get to finish investigating the room upstairs.
Yeah. So-
I burned a spell slot. Fuck no. I'm kidding. I'm not that bad.
So I think we're gonna have to pause here for tonight.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've got normally I could play all night on Saturdays, but they're making me work overtime tonight, so I have to go to work. So
That's
problem.
fine.
Damn you, real life work and stuff.
damn you!
Yeah.
All right, so we will pause here and we will pick this back up in 2 weeks.
It was fun.
Yay! I'm glad you
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Alright.
I killed the thing.
Yay!
You did.
Or almost
I
killed
killed
the
the
thing.
thing.
I
yeah, I
killed the
did most
thing.
of the damage.
I
did
have
most
a
of the
top
damage.
hat.
So
Yeah.
far you're doing pretty good.
We're
All
not-
right. All right. Take care.
Bye, Derek. Thank
Take
you.
it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
We now have the deed to the house. We could say we own the house, and therefore anything in the house is our property, and therefore the top hat is our property.
I mean, we could, but
So does that mean the children are our property too?
No.
No, we don't own people. We own possession.
I'm keeping this top hat for as long as I can.
Alright, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream for right now. I may be
top
back
hat of
later.
protection.
I may be back in a little bit with some Dragon Prince fan art stream. I don't know yet.
Wait.
Not complete without a monocle. You're right, Earl
Oh.
King.
Bye,
I need to even
chat.
search for one.
We need to double check the coat closet, see if it had a monocle with it.
Bye, chat. Thanks for watching.
Bye.